What up, Michigan Nation? It's your boy TJ Ronin. You can find me on the socials at TJ_Ronin. And I got my guy West Quad in the motherfucking house. What's up, West Quad?
What up, though?
Hey, for those who don't know, West Quad, former Michigan player, played in the 90s, came in after the 97-1 national title team in 98. And we have a lot of stories we'll get into. But before we get into it, West Quad, we got to let the people know this is the call-in show. There's a link in the description. You guys want to call in, go to the description. We're doing 5-minute phone calls. And then this is the call-in show where this is your show. For every $100, we go an extra hour. Let us know the deal. We greatly appreciate that. And then we'll get into it. But before we get into it, West Quad, let everybody know, what's up and, about you, man.
What up? I am indeed a real person. I know you I always had a block him up, which I'm about to go back to probably relatively soon. You can find me at Sir D Chamberlain at X. I ain't even saying that, but yeah, that's my social. So
yeah, I'll pull it up here. Yeah, so get at my guy here. Here's a social. That's him. And then yeah, man. So all right, so let's get into it, bro. So the recruiting season's over for 2025, and we finished with the number 6 class in the nation. Tell me like your thoughts on it, and what do you think? Like, how'd Michigan do with it all?
Hold on one sec. Like, about to block him this thing so I can imbibe. I am actually I'm actually pretty satisfied with the class. On I'm trying to think like where I see any. Well, I can't complain about the linemen for sure, because that that's where we do our best work, and I don't think we could have done any better than we did with the recruiting class for the linemen. I actually don't really see too many weak areas, to be honest with you. Like maybe another backer, but other than that, I'm fine. I mean, I'm actually really pleased with the class. So
yeah, I think Michigan did a really good job with it. Actually, what I'll do is I'll pull it up here. We could take a look at it together.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I think for Sharon Moore's first class, and I think it was my guy Juju. I don't know if he's watching or not, but he brought up a really good point. For Sharon Moore, hold up. For Sharon Moore to pull this off, number 6 class in the nation. Someone said that Oregon's about to lose somebody, so Michigan could potentially hop into number 5. If that's true, let me know in the chat. I mean, if you look at this class overall, I mean, they did the damn thing, man. I mean, the only area you could argue is maybe another wide receiver, but Andrew Marsh is a top 100 guy, bro. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, and there's Andrew Marsh right there. In my opinion, I think for a first foundational class, I think Sharon Moore did an excellent job, man. Like I agree with Moose, man. 6 is impressive for his first class. Hell yeah. And then not only that, bro, he got the NIL in motion mid-cycle. That's wild, man. Oh shit, I got pulled West Quad. What the fuck? Oh, you back up, bro. What's up?
I got kicked somehow. I don't know what happened, but
yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking aliens or something, bro. But it's all good. What's your thoughts on all that, man? Were you able to hear it?
No, what run that? I was actually trying to get back in. Well, run that.
Well, you good? I was just still be like Briz breaking down how like it's crazy that Sherrone mid-cycle gets NIL together, has a shortened year, still pulls off the number 6 class in the nation. I mean, I was thinking about earlier too, like what would, because the debate today kind of was, and I want to get the chat's thoughts on this too. And guys, just so you know, we got open phone lines. You guys can call and we can talk ball, whatever. But what would it take for this class? And what's interesting too is like having you in here, so this makes it even better, because like a lot of people argue that the 98 class was the best class in Michigan history, the number 1 class in the nation or whatever.
Yeah.
So my question kind of was like, what would make this class the best class in the nation? And I was kind of thinking like it really would only require 3 things: Andrew Olis staying in the class, Jalen Williams staying in the class, and then probably another top elite wide receiver. And I think you could argue this is the number 1 class in Michigan history. What's your thoughts on that?
I would agree. I mean, that class, in a re-rank, we lost a few guys, Fargus to USC amongst them, but I would say this class could definitely compete with that class. Like it's I mean, first off, just the fact that 8-5 season led us to getting Bryce Underwood. So I don't even care about how bad we look this year. Like maybe it was great. It's good, in fact, that we look bad because it got us Bryce. So I'm quite pleased with that. But I would say the only thing that we could have gotten, maybe if we got Bryce in sooner, was a top. I mean, not well. I consider Andrew Marshall top-notch wide receiver, but maybe like a Derek Meadows type. But he looks like a possible project anyway. So who knows? We'll revisit this in a few years.
Bro, you know what's funny, man? I guess we kind of break this down. So me and John found out recently that we actually had the most money for Derek Meadows, and he still didn't come here.
Really?
That was not. We did not get out NIL on that.
Oh well. To be fair, with the product, to be fair to him, the production from the wide receivers isn't quite there right now.
He wanted more. He wanted more to come here, but we offered him more than where he went.
Wow. Well, hey, you can't win them all. I mean,
it is what it is. I mean, the reality was he's more of a I mean, he's not developmental because he's very good, but there's a lot of areas in his game where he needs to polish up.
Right.
But we do have our callers on the line, so we're gonna get to some of our callers now. We got Black Hat JRV who called in. Let's pull him up. Hey, what up, Black Hat? How you doing, man?
Oh, I didn't know I was gonna be the first one.
Are you first one, dog?
What's going on, man?
So yeah, what up?
What up, man?
I'm gonna say this. I'm actually, when it comes to the Bryce Underwood, Mikey Keene thing, I'm actually more on the Mikey Keene side of things.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's mainly the fact that seniority, and I'm also one of those guys, like, we shouldn't throw Bryce into the fire right now. Like, let's see what we go with Mikey. Let's throw him in, like, maybe what? Let me pull up the schedule real quick.
I can pull it up.
Okay.
I got you. All right, so we got it right here.
Okay. Okay, Central Michigan, Nebraska. I'll probably start him maybe at the Husky game.
The Washington game?
Yeah.
Really interesting. I think that's. I mean, I'm not mad. I mean, it's what I think would be a fair spot would be after the bye, but I mean, personally, I think it's going to be right here.
Okay.
I think it's going to be right there. I think right here, and just so everyone knows, I think right here is when he takes that spot. This game right here. I think this game right here is where he takes it. Where he takes it. I think it's possible. Maybe the offense sputters under Mikey Keene. Bryce Underwood comes in, does a couple touchdown drives, and then it's game over. To your point. Black Hat, to your point, I just feel the coaches are going to play it safe. They don't know what they're getting in this offensive line. They want Bryce to get acclimated to the college game, and I just feel Mikey Keene's going to get the more snaps and start that game in the first week.
And there's also a good reason why they got Mikey Keene, because he knows Chip Lindsey's system.
It's a fair point. And like, let's also be real. Mikey Keene actually thrives in Chip Lindsey. Like, Chip Lindsey does not air the ball. It is a power spread, but he does not air the ball out. And what he really what Chip Lindsey really excels in is obviously like the short passing game. Mikey Keene is elite in the short passing game. He just has one flaw, and we talk about it all the time. It's the turnovers. If he can cut that down or avoid that, then shit, man. I mean, he could be a very good quarterback for us. And I think he'd probably play more than people realize. I believe that would be the case.
I'll also say this as well. I think the talent around him is going to be a lot better. So I think if the talent around him is a lot better, he might cut down on the picks.
Well, maybe. What do you think about that, Westquad?
For me, I'm all in on Bryce. But if the coaches don't think that he's ready, then I'm fine. Whenever. But we know that there's gonna be a point looking at that schedule where he's gonna take over. Like we're not worried about riding with Mikey Keene throughout the whole season. We all gonna come to the consensus that he's gonna take over at some point. So I figure just rip the Band-Aid off week 1. But like I said, I guess we'll find out probably in the spring game, like how good does he look. But then again, I'm not gonna put too much on that because we know how good Ben Hall looked in the spring game, and it didn't quite turn into anything.
Peyton O'Leary. Peyton O'Leary looked good in the spring game too, man.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
Right. Yeah. Well, that between him looking good and somebody else looking bad, but we're not gonna get into that.
What, Marion Walker?
Yeah, buddy. He was getting toasted, bro. Like I know Peyton O'Leary looked good.
No, I didn't even think of that. So, I didn't even put. So I was like, what's funny is I was thinking about Marion Walker's wide receiver performance in the spring game. But you're talking about when he was getting burnt as a DB.
Oh yeah, to a crisp.
I forgot all about that, bro. Mm-hmm. That's funny. Yeah, fair enough. Let's see if Marion Walker can do something this year. Huh? Got the athletic freak. We'll see if he can translate. But all right, Blackhead. What else? Listen. Just so you know, like I don't think you're off base, bro. I think you have a rational take. I think a lot of the fan base doesn't want that though. Fans are not, fans want. I think that's kind of where we are with it. But I just have a feeling Strone's gonna be a little cautious with Underwood. I don't think he's gonna throw him into the fire.
I understand that. I understand why the fans want to see him now because, again, he's considered like one of the greatest quarterback prospects of all time. You'll want to see what he can do. But I think just throwing him in the fire is just let's just wait on that for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, when you put it like that, though, it's freaking wild. Like he is considered the 4th best quarterback to come out of high school since 2000. That's freaky. That's wild. You know how many quarterbacks there's been since 2000?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. That's a lot of quarterbacks, bro. And he's considered the 4th best. And to be real, it could be higher if Rivals didn't slip his ass. 247 and on 3 have him as 100. 100 flat. Can't get no higher. He's considered a 5-star plus by on 3. It's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But honestly, I don't really pay attention to like Rivals and all that stuff. I just want to. And again, when the game actually does happen, we're gonna see where he really is.
Of course, spring game. I'll tell you this though: if he balls out in spring game, though, shit, bro, the fans are not gonna be happy if he does not start week 1.
Oh, I know. But I'm willing to have the patience. I trust Sharon more.
Yeah,
I trust his coaching staff. Like this is actually the first time I've really seen like this coaching staff for Michigan recruit this good in quite some time.
I mean, since Harbaugh first got here, yeah. I mean, the 2017 class was elite. Actually, you know what? I'll pull that up. I have an amazing graphic that my guy made, Double BB, who's I've stressed it before. He's my favorite Twitter account next to Swanky. And me and him have a good relationship too. He tells me all the time, use his graphics, go for it. This is graphics here. This graphic right here, in my opinion, is fucking epic. He's great at all this analysis shit. Anyways, point being, if we look at the recruiting classes since 2010, and I touched on this on my video today that I uploaded, but one thing I didn't touch on that I kind of wish I did in that video is look at the average, right? The 25 class versus the average in the last 15 years. Our average is 14.8. We got 6th. Our average is 23.6 recruits. We got 24. The average player ranking is 92 versus 89. Our score is 30 points higher. We're averaging 1.5 5-stars more. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, over 3 4 stars more. Like the blue chip ratio is higher. I mean, we're talking about an elite class. The only class that's comparable in the last 15 years is the 2017 class, where it was 5th in the nation. They did have 30 commits, though. The average was less. The total was more, but they had 6 more guys. And we should have, and to be real with you, we should have 3 5-stars, not 2, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, and we got 4 if depending on what service you listen to.
Yeah, when you call Nate Marshall.
I'll say, yeah, we could cherry pick with him and Ty Haywood on 2 other sites.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. And fucking Andrew Ola should have been a Michigan Wolverine. You know, me and his mom are on the same page, but dad ain't listening, bro. But hey, Black Hat, give us your final thoughts, brother.
I think this court thing is going to be very interesting.
The court date? You talking about the hearing?
The court thing between Michigan and NCAA. I think that's going to be a very interesting.
Shit. How's that going to be your final thought? That's a whole new can of worms. But yeah,
right.
But
my bad.
Yeah, no, you're good. Fucking yeah, no, that hearing, I don't know, but the only problem is we don't know when it's going to be. I mean, I heard it was in a few weeks, but then I heard it could be a few months, so I don't really know. I mean, do you have any ideas? Anyone heard any updates? Let me know in the chat.
I don't know when it's going to happen. I think the actual trial itself is going to be extremely interesting.
Oh, I agree. Well, we'll see. But it won't go to so we got to let the hearing go by, and then we'll find out if it's going to be a trial. But we'll go from there. But hey, Black Hat, I appreciate you calling in, man.
All right, peace.
Hey, go blue, brother. All right, next up, we got Supreme Mans in the house. You guys want to call and let us know? Also, we are 100 hours away from a second hour guy. Actually, no, we're not. Just kidding. Wolverine Casual, 10-hour super chat, hopping in late. Oregon lost. All right, so here we go. This is what I was kind of talking about. I ain't even going to say, hey, Westquad, pronounce that name.
Sagapalooty? Sago. Oh, wait a minute. Sagopatulele.
There you go. Hey, I think you got it. Hopefully Kyoki ain't watching. If Kyoki's watching,
hey, look, I'm so sorry. I used to kill Hushmanzada.
Oh shit, we are the number 5 class in the nation, boys. Hey.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude went back to Cal. Hey, that's so crazy because he would have definitely lost a year back in the day. There would have been no, I changed my mind and now I'm going back to Cal. He would have had to sit out a whole year.
Bro, does anyone know why I've loosely followed this recruitment. I know Michigan, like a lot of people are mad Michigan didn't go after. Although fuck, we got Bryce Underwood. Like they were mad that we didn't go after him before the Bryce Underwood thing happened. But why do you go back to Cal? I don't remember why. That's interesting. You leaving Oregon to go to Cal? I know he was with Cal first. I think that's what that was, right?
I think he thought Oregon was gonna be an easy job to win. Got there like, oh no, I'm not.
Oh yeah, I heard that. He wanted to start his freshman year or some shit, right? It was something like that.
And I don't even think that's gonna happen at Cal, but you know.
Yeah, that's what it is. He wanted to start. He was on some Dante Moore shit. That's right. I did hear that. That's interesting.
More power to him, but good luck.
Hey, Moose, let's go. Hey, Moose. Let me give a shout out to my guy Moose. For one, shout out to Moose, love you, bro. Second, dog. You know what Matt Ludwig's nickname is? Anyone in the chat know what Matt Ludwig, the tight end out of Montana, his nickname is? Does anyone know what that is? And then we'll get to our next caller here in a minute, Supreme Mans. We'll get you in a minute, man. Let me know in the chat if anyone knows Matt Ludwig's nickname, the tight end out of Montana. That's right. It's fucking Moose, son. Might be your new favorite player, big dog. But and Michigan's looking real good. He actually just scheduled 2 visits to Michigan, an unofficial and an official. I'll be honest with you, when kids do that, that typically means you're leading the way because it'll be closing time for sure. All right, let's get to let me just let you guys know. So we are 40 minutes away from the end of the hour. We are now 90 away from a second hour. Super chats, super stickers, or memberships. We take them all. We greatly appreciate everyone's contributions to the show. We'll get to our next call here. We got Supreme Mans, and then we got my homie Kinetics coming. Kinetics, you're gonna rock with us, just so you know. I'm gonna let you kick it up here with us for a minute. Once I'll pull you up after Supreme Mans. Supreme Man, what's up, bro?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Listen, man. Hey, TJ, man. It's a pleasure having me on this show. First time,
bro. It's a pleasure having you call in, bro.
Yeah, so I was never really big into the Michigan recruiting for real until I came on this show. So
Shit, I appreciate that, man. I'm glad we can help you with like help bring you to it and get you more into it and shit. Because I mean, it's the lifeblood of a program. That's how I look at it. So like, I'll be real with you. Like, there's some people who really don't like it, and I can understand why. I get the I get why I can put people off. Like, what's funny is for those who don't know, so I'm operations manager for the Voice College Football Network, and we are building a network, and we have some hosts who don't want to cover recruiting because, well, let's be honest, some of these programs don't recruit very well. But on top of that, the whole NIL thing kind of puts them off. Like we have actually, I won't name the name of the channel, but we have a channel. The dude is good, bro. He's extremely talented, all that shit. And he's just like, man, I'm just not that into it because I just don't like the way these kids act. And I'm like, I get it. I get it.
Right.
But anyways, not going to tangent, Supreme Man. So what else you got for us, brother?
I don't know. Some people might call me crazy. Some people might agree with me. I don't know. But I think if this Chip Lindsey offense get used to its like max power, I can see Michigan being for this year. I'm talking about this year, guaranteed this year. I think Michigan can be a top 5 team and probably make it to the semifinals. I see them at the semifinals. I don't know about the championship, but I can see them at the semifinals.
Hey, listen, you preaching to the choir, brother. I pushed all in last show. I told everybody, bro. I don't know if it's this or May's show, but I definitely said I'm all in, bro. I'm pushing in my chips. I think we can cash in this next year. Now, if we lose a couple games, I won't be disappointed.
Right.
But I'm not expecting to.
Right.
I'll be honest with you.
Right, because I had to go back and rewatch all the games we lost and all the games we won and had to look at, okay, we had plenty of receivers open, especially guys like Samaj Morgan, especially guys like Fred Moore here and there. I know like the Washington game where we should have Total should have thrown the deep ball to Marion Walker because he smoked that corner, and you throw it to fucking Coastal level and get it picked off, which cost us the game. And it was just like, you know what? Now we got a better quarterback situation. I'm hoping this O-line gets shit together because you got you literally got Sonic and Knuckles in the backfield. You got Justice Haynes and you got Jordan Marshall. Like, you can't go wrong with that. I cannot see Michigan losing no more than one game this season. Not gonna lie. And then I think for the defensive side, I do think that the secondary will be the more strength of the defense than it will be, with the line and stuff like that. Because, you got Mason Grant and Kenneth Grant leaving. So I don't think the line would be as strong. But I do think that the back half is where the strength is going to be on that Michigan defense.
I agree.
I mean, I agree. I think the back 7 will be a little bit stronger than that defensive line, but I do think the defensive line is going to be good, though. Like, I don't think it's not meaningless.
Of course.
It's not going to be Josiah Stewart, Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant strong. Like, those are 3 guys going in the first and second round. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's just not normal. I mean, I don't care if you're that's like some Alabama shit when Alabama was a prime.
Right.
I'm actually gonna pull the depth chart up here. Let me pull this up, and we'll take a look at it together.
But I will say personally, that Alabama game was so good for I'm talking about the line. The people that played on the line played well. I don't know if is Sprague or Sprague. I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Bro, I've been getting my ass cooked on that. If you not today's video, but yesterday's video, I said it's Sprague. It's Sprague.
Oh, so neither one of the ones I thought it was.
I got people in the comments like, it's fucking nice. No, they didn't say fucking. I'm sorry, that's me. I swear too much. But they're like, it's annoying you keep saying Sprague when it's pronounced Sprague. And it's like, first of all, the expectation of 100% accuracy on the pronunciation of all these last names, all these players on the team, all these recruits, it's not realistic, bro.
Right.
It's just not realistic. And not only that, there's so many different ways to sometimes you have last names, especially our Polynesian friends, where it doesn't even sound right. The way it's spelled it's not even pronounced right. So it is what it is, man. You got to give us a little bit of break. I mean, look, I will work to get it accurate, but shit, 100% accuracy is not realistic.
Though, bro.
What up?
Zyzewski. Shashevsky. Yeah, okay, bro. Whatever you
Right.
say.
Right, exactly, man. Some of that shit don't even make sense. I'm still trying to get this damn Excel sheet up. Fuck. Excel's fidgety as hell, man. All right, let's see.
Just on
All right, here
Bougie.
we go. Hold up. There it is. Boom. So if we look at our defense, I mean, I think Rayshon Benny's going to be all right. So we can agree, Derek Moore, Rayshon Benny, we're good.
Right.
That's good. Trey Pierce kind of showed out. I have a yellow there, but it's only because I wanted an upgrade. I really did. Cameron Brandt looked like he was ready. Did he not look like he was ready last year?
Hey, that scoop. Hey, look, a good stiff arm that would have been a scoop and score.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
then TJ Guy did come on.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like he did come on. Towards the end of the year. Now, I would argue it would have been nice to get another Sam because Jay Sean Barnum, the rumor was Jay Sean was gonna move to Sam, but now he's moving back to Will. But like shit. And the only area in the back end of the defense where I would say we got an unknown would be nickel. I just don't know who's gonna be nickel. I got Jamie Burrows there for now, but it could be Brandon Hillman. It could be Rob Moore. We'll just have to see on that. But I mean, what do you guys think about the way this defense looks?
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this defense is still gonna be elite. We got just so much talent coming in now. My fault for the noise in the background, but we just got so much talent now coming in the freshman class. It's just too deep. It's too deep now, you know. And I like how Sharon Moore and Sean McGee, how they went about the D-line situation, about getting some quality depth people, because I think that was just the biggest problem. I mean, the past year that we just got through, because we ain't had no depth. Mason Grant, Kevin Grant, they both tired as hell. You know, every time they get on the field, they're tired, and you know, it was just a whole bunch of crap. You know, so I think getting them depth pieces and getting guys in constant, you know, rotation is what's gonna keep this defense alive in this 2025 season.
Yeah, I agree with that. And, you know, I think Sam Webb, and we're going to get to our next caller here in a moment here, but
So
Sam Webb, I think what he said about the way Michigan recruited the offensive line this year, he's hoping to see a similar approach to the defensive line for the 26th class, because then if you can couple these two classes together on the trenches, I mean, that's national championship caliber shit. But all right, Supreme Mans, we appreciate you for calling in.
I appreciate you, man. Go Blue.
My personal
Blue.
plans, TJ, is leave Zeke Berry outside, bro.
I got him there right now. That's where I got him. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, bro. He was getting cooked at nickel, but I mean, I think he probably would have adjusted at nickel too. Everybody was getting cooked early on, so I'm not like calling him out personally.
Yeah. So all right, so we have I don't disagree. I mean, he played really well on the outside. And because we didn't add anybody in the portal outside of, we did add Caleb Anderson, but outside of him, I say let Zeke Berry be that guy, be that corner opposite of Jair Hill. All right, we got Wolverine Casual. Thank you again, Wolverine Casual. You're coming through tonight. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
$5 super chat. Did you see the Hillman tweet? Seems like he might have some sour grapes on NIL. I think he's a baller, so I hope everything is cool in the locker room. West Quad, did you see that shit?
I did indeed see it. My whole question is, who was that about? Like, who was he subtweeting? Because
he did post it the day Haywood committed. I don't know if it's about Haywood or not, but that is when he did it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about, I'm not gonna lie, like I don't want to have to say it, but he kind of looking like a mercenary, bro. Like, if you were willing to go to fucking Texas Tech, bro, like how much of it is about ball? Because we know, you know, at the end of the day, that there's really no comparison, like of the teams he was considering. It was like, I mean, is it about
Florida
ball?
State,
Like,
it was Florida State, Texas Tech, and us.
And like, come on, man.
But
Florida State's a sinking ship.
Yeah, well, shit. But look, dude, they're landing good.
Yeah,
I mean, bro, they're still getting good.
They're landing recruits, but I don't think my man's got it. The head coach.
No, I don't either. I think Norvell's dead. I think he just has a crazy buyout. They're stuck with him. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, no, look, I'll say this about, like, look, I think Texas Tech got interest because it's a hometown team.
Right.
But I can be real, like this. This wasn't the recruitment wasn't as close as people thought it was. You watched our show.
Yeah.
We kept it honest. Like I told you 2 weeks ago, it was done.
Oh no, fair enough. I'm just
and not only that, like I even told our audience early December, like Queen Jolene's on it. We're good. Like it's gonna be okay. Like granted, you never know, and I agree with this right here, mid May. Wolverine Casual. We'll get to your next super chat too, but I agree with this too. That oil money. If they want to, someone wants to wake up tomorrow and say, fuck it, I'm buying an offensive tackle, they really can. But at the end of the day, I felt, sometimes when kids bring schools into recruitment, it's more of a leverage play than a realistic play.
Fair
you know
enough.
what I mean? Like the more options you have, the greater your leverage. And that's kind of what I think was going on there with Ty Haywood. But the NIL was agreed to, from my understanding, 2 weeks ago. All right, so let's pull, or actually, no, I've got more super chat, my bad. We got Wolverine Casual again. Thank you, Wolverine Casual, for supporting the show tonight. $5 super chat. In the spring portal, much worse than winter portal. Might we still look for an offensive line wide receiver in the spring portal? Example, Skylar Bell, once he graduates. All right, so the spring portal is worse than the winter portal, but it doesn't mean you can't get good players, and it doesn't mean you can't get good players to enter the portal either. All it takes is really some back channeling, some conversations, and some money. But word is we will be going after. Well, all right. There is some speculation that we might pursue Skylar Bell after he graduates, because then he'll have enough to come to Michigan and be able to begin, begin preparing for the team for the season. And I think it's actually, the more I think about it, the more I think that's potentially positive. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna dunk on these Connecticut fans, because if anyone saw what they were tweeting, they were coming at, and I know people don't like EJ, but they were coming after EJ, they were coming after me. They were coming after a lot of people once Skylar Bell recommitted back to Connecticut. And they're like, oh, why even one of the fucking, it wasn't the athletic director, but somebody with the school was like calling EJ out, like, how dare you discredit the kid about academics and blah, blah, blah. Look, bro, it was a credit issue.
Hey, there are a lot of people talking spicy right now that really shouldn't be talking at all. I know Illinois beat us, but I feel like I don't even know who you are. Like, oh, you beat us for Victor Singleton. Good luck with that, bro. We'll see.
Yeah, it's wild, man. You talking about Bielema?
Oh, I mean, the whole fan base is like getting out of pocket. Like, come on, bro. Like, you won the game, but it'd have been like Indiana when Indiana fans were talking spicy in 2020. Like, bro, did you beat a real Michigan team, or did you beat like just a collection of individuals? Like, that team was bad, but we looked horrible against everybody. Like, y'all weren't nobody special that year. Everybody was beating us. So
yeah, well, yeah, fair enough. All right, let's pull up our guy Kinetic. Thanks again, Wolverine Casual. But yeah, I expect Michigan to add 2. So I need to look at the roster, but we could lose players too. Let's just be honest about it.
Right. I'm fully expecting to.
Yeah. So I expect us to land anywhere from 2 to 8 guys in the spring portal. We'll figure it out though. Let's pull Kinetic. What up, Kinetic? How we doing, brother?
It's good, man.
What up?
I just sat down to my computer, saw you were live, figured I'd call in, say what's up.
Appreciate it, man. You can rock with us for a little bit. Actually, the way it's going, we may want to be here for 25 more minutes, dog.
Hey, man, y'all. Hey, selfishly, please don't embarrass me, y'all. Don't let the one time I get up here be a 1 hour show. I'm gonna feel some type of way personally, bro.
I mean, listen, I'm just gonna say this. My first show, we went like 11 hours.
Hey, bro.
So.
I got Kinetic.
I think the first few shows you were with, we did like some 11-hour, 14-hour.
Yep.
We did some crazy shows, dude.
I am gonna be so fucking embarrassed. Hey, don't embarrass me, people.
I mean, to be fair,
it's February. It's also February.
To be fair,
yeah.
Was it yours like an Ohio State show?
We planned my first night like 3 weeks in advance. Okay. And then, like an hour before I was supposed to come on, Bryce Underwood flipped.
Bryce Underwood.
Okay. Well, that's definitely not fair.
We went wild, bro. and then we beat Ohio State, and then we fucking beat Ohio State, and Connect joined me on that 14-hour show.
Side note, how anticlimactic was yesterday, bro? I already knew that the early signing day was gonna kill, bro. If you weren't like dialed in, you wouldn't have known that yesterday was even fucking signing day.
Well, no, because 90% of the recruits are already committed. But
Uh,
and then I feel bad for Ty Haywood, man. Like his coach spoiled the whole thing.
oh, bro, I was watching that. Like, why am I watching this,
dude?
now?
I'm sitting there watching it, and like you can hear his coach in the background, like on the camera, it's just Ty, and like you can hear his coach in the background in the little gymnasium where they're at or whatever, and he's like giving like a pep talk or something to the other players, and like in the like just randomly you hear him say something. It was like well, Ty here, obviously he's going to Michigan, but and like you just heard that, like everyone heard it, and then it was like this like 2-minute pause of nothing, and then the stream ended.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like an open secret, but way to go, coach.
That's funny as hell. But all right, so Nick goes, where are we at for the second hour? You guys let me know. Is that banner not showing at the bottom for you guys?
It was showing just a second. It says $80 right now.
$80 away from a second hour. We are 80 away from a second hour, boys. But wait, we love Nick. We love Nick. All right, so
yeah. Hey, if I could, TJ, I just want to give a shout out to everybody, man. I've had a bunch of people sharing my GoFundMe. A bunch of people
we can share that now. Where's the link for that, bro?
I'll put it in the chat. But people have been sharing it, and I've had a lot of people that have donated, and it's just been 5, 20, 10, 15 here and there. But I appreciate every time someone looks at it, reads it, and even considers. I appreciate it. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that donated any amount and everybody that even shared it to try to help get it out there. I really appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, definitely appreciate everyone supporting our guy Kinetic.
Sure.
Fucking Marmar's just getting off work. Long ass day today, Marmar. Shit.
Please
donate
both causes.
Yeah, hell yeah. So Kinetic, I mean, what's your thoughts on this number 6 class in the nation? Or anything else you want to hit on, bro?
I thought it was number 5 now. I heard you say.
Oh my goodness, you're right, bro. Number 5 class in the nation. Put some respect on it, TJ.
So what does that drop? Does that drop Oregon down below Ohio State and us? Moves Ohio State up to 4 and us 5.
So it moves us to 5. Ohio State's already ahead of Oregon. So shit. Dude, he just supported the whole fucking.
Hey, Wolverine Casual. I need you to click on the link I just put in the whole. Wolverine Casual. I need you to click on the link I just put in the chat.
Sure.
I'm kidding.
Hey,
bro.
Thank you, Wolverine Casual, for not embarrassing me personally.
And huge shout out to Posh, man. She shared my link earlier, and a bunch of people have been sharing it. And
bro, so and we're gonna get to this. We're not done. Wolverine Casual. We're gonna give you your time here. But I just gotta, Doreen, we love you, man. I said, man, we love you, girl. Yeah. Well, I mean, Doreen, you are, you support us. We appreciate it. It means a lot to us. So, shout out to you and your family. You have a beautiful family. All right, and then and Dan, you have a fun fucking life. I see your running photos. I wish I'd be like, shit, let's go for a jog. Like, no bullshit. You go on like the craziest adventures. You're on farms and like all these, like, I'm like, where the hell does she go? Like, is she running 50 miles into the woods? Like, I don't even know. You got the craziest photos ever. Anyways, Wolverine Casual, $80 super chat. He officially gets us into the second hour, which is epic. We do appreciate that, man. So we are now 100 away from a third hour. But we greatly appreciate Wolverine Casual. Literally supported. One man showed it tonight. Every donation tonight was Wolverine Casual. And we greatly appreciate that, bro. And I'm glad. And one of the things too, Wolverine, you're like, fuck it, I love this show. I'm glad we can bring you a show that fucking is good enough to get that type of reaction, brother. So I appreciate you. Yeah. Shout out to you. All right, what else? So what Kinetic, what were you saying, my guy?
I don't even know, dude.
All right, so what's your thoughts on this?
I'm just giving a shout out to the people that have shown me love today, especially Doreen.
That's fair. We're a little off track right now, but yeah, no, we appreciate it. All right, so what's your thoughts on this like top 5 class now, which is fucking nuts? I gotta make a new video tomorrow.
I mean, I think it's great. I mean, listen, Sharon Moore. I tried to tell y'all earlier in the season he was going to be great. Let him cook, and people were trying to say he didn't have it and that they didn't trust him and that he wasn't the guy. And I was like, man, just give him time. He's got the recruiting part down. He just needs to get the experience as a head coach, and he's going to be great.
Look, to piggyback off that, I think we gonna have to get off my boy Ron Bellamy, bro. Number 4 recruiter in the country.
No, he was number 3. No, he was number 4. Grant Newsom was number 3.
Yeah, it's like, bro, I know. I mean, people give him a lot of shit, but apparently he's putting in work.
I mean, all right, so that's true, but like, all right.
A lot of his recruiting value is that Louisiana pipeline.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was gonna say, like, do you not think we should be recruiting a little bit better at wide receiver?
Oh no, I'm apparently he's doing other work because I'm looking at his numbers. I'm not seeing the number 3 recruiter.
He's the reason we got Jesper Parker.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
And listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We can give him a pass for the last couple of years considering what our offense was. Right. Now we need to start seeing him do some work in the next 2 years with the wide receivers.
Yeah, going forward, we definitely gotta see if he's worth it. But I'm just saying that shocked me when I looked up and saw he was number 3.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. All right, let's pull up our guy Nick Connect. You can stay up here with us. Let's pull up Nick. He says he's over here pitching a fucking tent right now. Nick, what up, bro? How we doing, man?
Doing good, boys. How you doing?
Shit, man. Doing great after Wolverine Casual.
Not as good as you if you pitch a tent.
Yeah, buddy. Gotta keep the show going, man. Gotta keep the show going. You gotta get excited about those huge type of donations, man. That's sick.
Oh, it's crazy, bro. I mean, no bullshit. It's fucking it's wild. We appreciate it. It's a big deal. It means a lot.
Yeah, dude. The way the show has grown is like it's just crazy, but it's awesome. You guys, wait, where are you at? Where's what's your subscriber count now? I was actually
currently we're at yeah, dude. So that's wild too. So currently we're at 10,538.
Damn, man. Hell yeah.
We were trying to get to like 7,000.
And I will say the vast majority of the love that I've gotten on the GoFundMe came from your audience, from Doreen, from Madman, Johnny, like you guys, like the whole community we have here, man. I'm beyond thankful. Like I may not have the lights on right now if it wasn't for the generosity you guys have shown the last couple months. So
shit, I'm glad, man. I'm glad we could be a part of that.
Yeah.
No bullshit. Shout out to our boy Jack Phil for also subbing. And shout out to everyone giving Kinetic some help while he's going through it right now.
I've got a long road to go, but like everything that's donated, none of it's being wasted, none of it's being used for it's literally to keep bills paid, to keep gas in my car, to get my mom to her appointments, to get me to my appointments, just trying to get through. Once I get this disability settlement, I'll be fine. It's just getting to that point. So I'm just trying to keep the lights on between now and that and when I get to there. So everything, that anyone does, I just appreciate it so much, for real.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. We appreciate it. We're glad we can help you, man. Doreen, great content from this Buckeye. Doreen, you were on my list of 2 hands. I got like 2 hands of Buckeyes I like. Everyone else can, but we appreciate you, Doreen. So what you got for us, Nick? Number 5 class in the nation. What do you think about that, bro?
Dude, number 5 class in the nation. I think it's legit. I think most of these guys are going to pan out. I can't remember if it was Mason Graham class. Were they the 2021?
I think it was 22. No, it was 21, wasn't it? It was the 22 class.
Okay, which was insane. Wasn't that the class at ESPN re-ranked number 1 overall? Pretty sure they did.
Did they do that? Shit, did they really?
They went back and re-ranked.
Yeah, which is just, by the way.
Like, I mean, you think about it. Jenkins and Graham and Kenneth Grant all came in as like 3 stars, right?
Right. All right, how about this? Let's look at that 21 class. That's fun. Let's look at that. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah, so that class like panned out.
So Donovan Edwards, unfortunately, he was underutilized. JJ McCarthy, we all legend.
Hey, seeing him at the Senior Bowl, man, come on, dude.
Yeah.
We did him a disservice, man. We did Donovan Edwards a disservice. That's just what that is, man. Giovanni El-Hadi, he's still doing his thing. Colson in the NFL. Rayshon Benny, he's next up. Tavier Dunlap transferred. Rod Moore, dog, he's going to be starting for us. Raheem Anderson transferred out. That was kind of crazy. Keyshawn Bennett also transferred. Is he still on the team or did he transfer out?
No, he's still on the team.
He's still on the team. Shame on me, bro. Shame on me. George Rooks did transfer. I was excited as hell when we got him too. Andrew Anthony transferred out. This is hilarious. Tristan Bounds transferred out. Jaden Burrows is still on the team. Jaden Hood's still on the team. Lewis Hanson's on the team. Tyler McLaurin's on the team. Greg Crippen is now starting. TJ Guy's now starting. Christian Dixon has transferred. Ike Awana he's still on the team.
Yep.
Dominic Judas is now an offensive lineman. Tommy Doman's still on the team.
No, he transferred. He transferred.
Judas transferred.
No.
Yeah,
Judas. Hold on. Judas transferred and Doman transferred.
Yep.
Oh, Judas. Oh, yeah, Judas did transfer, didn't he?
Yep.
That's right. That's why I got you guys here. Keep me on my toes. All right. And then let's see. Any of these dudes? No one's still here. I mean, this class ain't that amazing. So this was not the class with
Look at the 22 class. That's what I thought it was 22.
I thought Mason Graham was on the JJ. It must have been the 22 class.
Yep.
It must have been the 22 class. You know what's crazy? I thought that 21 class was epic.
Yeah, look at that class.
So 22 was Will Johnson going to the NFL on the team.
Derek starting, Derek Moore starting,
Alabama
Sapp starting at
stole
Alabama.
you.
Tyler Moore starting at Indiana.
Transfer.
Bro, Darius Clemens was such a disappointing transfer, bro. Like when you finally get the chance, bro.
I know this was his year. I know. I wonder if he's sick about that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wonder if he's like, because the reality is this could have been his year.
Right.
Fuck, dude. Like, another one I thought, like Rod Moore. I wonder what Rod Moore thought after, or not Rod Moore, Keon Saab. I wonder what he thought after the Rod Moore injury. Like, shit, because he didn't go there for money. He went there to play.
Right.
Because
listen though, he could have come back though. He could have come back in the spring portal after Rod Moore got hurt if he wanted.
He got took in the spring portal. He transferred. To Alabama.
No, he transferred in the winter portal.
No, he transferred in the spring.
Yeah, no, he transferred because listen, I remember he transferred right after the national championship when the portal opened up because I remember back when because him and what is the guy, the offensive lineman that transferred from Bama to Iowa and then transferred back.
He committed to Alabama on February.
But that doesn't do Keon Saab.
No, but see, he committed on February. So the reason I remember that is because I tweeted at him when Rod Moore got hurt that he needed to do like his buddy at Bama and come back.
He transferred. He entered the transfer
February
portal.
19th.
Yep. He entered the transfer portal on the 16th, right after Harbaugh left.
Yep.
So it was the 16th. So it's in the middle.
And but I'm saying he could have come back if he really cared about Michigan. So
I suppose you're right.
Yeah,
it would have had to been in
the spring portal. Yeah.
But
had he come back, he would have started. It would have been him and Macari starting.
Oh, no doubt. 100% he would have started. He was going to get a lot of playing time anyways. Let's give a shout out to our super chats because everyone's coming through. We got the community's coming through, boys. Community's coming through. West Quad.
What's up?
Shit, I got to add this up now. We're now 30 away from a third hour. All right,
Let's go.
Our boy Nathan, $20 super chat. He's a golfer. Go Blue fellas. I can't let Wolverine Casual fund the whole show tonight. This has been my first season of diving into recruiting. Just wanted to thank you guys for all you do. Nobody does it better than you guys. That means a lot, man. I'm glad we can be that. I'm glad we can be that.
Proctor, by the way. Caden Proctor.
Yeah. Because I remember I tweeted at him. I was like, "Hey man, it's time for you to pull a Proctor and come back home." He liked it, but he didn't come back.
Morian Walker. He did. He came.
Well, home. but he did it. But yeah, he did it. He did. Yeah.
Immediately.
But Keon Sapp could have done the same thing.
Yeah, I don't like to hear in Oxford. I'm out.
West Quad.
And then he went on. And then Keon Sabb was on some.
Okay. Anyways, Kinetic, I love you. Chill. we got. I'm an asshole. We got Nathan. I just want to say, I want to give. Listen, we got to give our people their time.
No, for sure.
Kinetic, I love you. I'm just messing. All right, so we got to give Nathan his time here. So, that's one thing. Listen, I appreciate you guys coming to us for that, and I'm glad we can get you guys into that because that's what I want this to be. I know you guys are busy as shit. You guys got bills to pay, work to do, families to raise, Buckeyes to yell at. Moose is busy all day battling the Buckeyes. Like he's busy, man. So like I get it. I'm glad we can be that outlet for you guys and bring it to you and bring the information in a condensed, simplistic form so everyone can follow along. That's one of my goals for sure. And then we got Ryan Hall, very good friend of the channel. What's up, Ryan?
Shout out, Ryan.
Go Blue, keep doing your thing, boys. We will, Ryan. And it's people like you, people like Nathan, Wolverine Casual, who are making this possible. Also, thanks to Ryan Hall, we have built a new friendship with an organization that I'm hoping we can discuss more with you guys in the coming weeks. So I'll let you guys know about that. We're excited about it. And Ryan Hall is definitely the one who spearheaded that and made the connection happen. So thank you, Ryan Hall. We appreciate you. And then we also have, oh, wow. So we have another $5 super chat. So that's all right. We're now 15 away from a third hour. Wolverine Casual. Moose checked it, just highlighting it. Yep, folks. Michigan is actually 5 now. Oregon is 9.
Jeez, they dropped all the way to 9?
No. We talking decimal points here.
290, 58.
Oh.
Michigan 290, 87. Watch them drop Ty Haywood again. Those sons of bitches. Imagine if Ty Haywood.
I can't believe they dropped Ty Haywood and Andrew.
The way they did too.
Who
was like, bro.
Wait, who? No, go. I'm sorry. Go ahead, TJ.
No, you're fine. Go ahead, Nick.
Who? So I heard about that. Which site dropped Andrew Marsh to a 3-star?
On 3.
Oh, someone did drop Andrew Marsh too. Moose would know that because that shit pissed him. Moose, who dropped Andrew Marsh?
On 3. They dropped him and Owosu Boateng.
Yeah, Wasu Boateng, which is nuts, bro. I
mean, they did raise up like Travis Moten and someone else up from 3 stars.
Travis Moten had 18 sacks.
I still think
you kind of didn't have a choice there.
Yeah, I mean, you have an 18 sack season and you're dominating the film. I mean, you're good. You know.
Yeah.
This is what Sam Webb said. He said them dropping Ty Haywood, like dropping some of the other guys, like you could make an argument, but except for Andrew Marsh, dropping him down to a 3 stars, absolutely ridiculous. But with Haywood, he said, he said, set aside his senior tape and how he actually performed. His athletic ability and upside has not changed.
Right.
So that's and if that's true though, like, is it just?
I think it had something to do with what EJ said. Because Ty Haywood's starting to get projected to play guard instead of tackle, and guards are less valued than tackles.
Oh,
no, I mean that's true. All right. So so there's truth to that, but at the same time, he's only he'd be a tackle at most schools. At Michigan, he's probably going to play guard.
Right. Well, I think he'll play guard early, but I think if he stays, junior, senior year, I think that he could move into right tackle.
Well, the thing is though, Andrew Sprague has 1 year on him.
Right.
That's who's going to be playing right tackle for the now if they go after Cantwell, who's the number 1 player in the nation, and just so you know, and I think this is kind of crazy, but apparently the Ellisons are on that. So if the Ellisons are on that, I feel like I know it's us in Oregon right now are the top 2. I think they said Georgia was the other one, and the Steve Wilfon said Georgia, Michigan, and Oregon are the top 3 in that tier 1. But I'm gonna tell you right now, so essentially you have an Ellison Phil Knight battle going on with Cantwell. We'll see where that goes. I'll tell you this: they land Cantwell, then shit. But I mean, we really need a wide receiver. I mean, there comes a point where it's like,
but wouldn't it be possible for let's say Ty Haywood comes in and 1 year in he is just dominating, right? Sprague could move over to left tackle if left tackle's not keeping up, couldn't he?
That's why I want him in the first place. So
and then like let's say Evan Link or whoever isn't the guy after year 1, and Haywood's been getting some rotation at guard, but then let's say if we wanted to, Sprague I think could play left tackle and we could kick.
He can. 100%. He has the length to play left tackle. I actually thought when he committed, he'd be the left tackle of the future, to be honest.
Right.
But hey, let's get through these super chats here. So we got Blue Wolverine here. The Connor Stallions like this tweet today. That's epic. I'm trying to get. I'll tell you now. A goal of mine is to get Connor Stallions to do an interview with us. I would love to get Connor Stallions. I'm gonna see if I can make that work. I know somebody who knows him. I'm gonna see if I can pull it off. We'll see if I can pull that off. That'd be fucking epic. But shout out to Blue Wolverine. Thank you for $10 super chat. J.R. Morris, $20 super chat. Look forward to the show every week. We appreciate that. Any info on Wink to the NFL? Yeah, I mean, regarding Wink to the NFL, it looks like, I mean, all the spots are taken. It's looking like he'll be here at least another year. Also, who is Lindsey bringing to him in terms of the staff? You know, really, he hasn't brought anyone, has he? Yeah, he hasn't brought anyone, which is interesting. We all thought he might.
Is he also quarterback coach?
Yes, he is. He's quarterback coach. Yes, I don't know. Lindsey didn't really bring, but I mean, there's still time to add people to the coaching staff. We'll see what they do there. But wait, JB, we appreciate, JR, we appreciate it, man. I appreciate you looking forward to the show every week. We got Captain Stabbin, Connor Sands, Espionage, member, protector of the Michigan Manifesto, gifted 5 memberships to the community. We greatly appreciate that, Captain Stabbin. All right. We have unlocked, boys. We have unlocked the 3rd hour. We are definitely going free.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we have unlocked it. But Nick, what else you got for us before we get to our next caller, man?
Well, I'd say the prospect that I'm probably most intrigued by in the 2025 class. I'm really interested to see what Caden Strayhorn turns into. But it's actually Jamar Browder. It seems like he's either going to be a boom or a bust, which, I mean, 3-star, if he's a bust, I guess that's not super surprising. But Sam Webb was talking about, and actually you were the one who brought this up or identified this really early, TJ. His catch radius is pretty insane.
It's insane. He's
And
elite.
they have him listed at 6'3.5", 205. He might probably grow. He'll probably hit 6'4". But yeah, I think he's probably the most intriguing prospect in my eyes, just to see. I mean, his upside is really high, and then the 2026 class. So tight end wise, it looks like they're sitting good with is it Ludwig?
Yeah, Moose. His name's Moose. Yeah,
The other Moose.
Yeah,
Okay.
Matt Ludwig. Yeah, Montana. He actually just scheduled 2 visits to Michigan, one unofficial, one official. Typically, when somebody does that, you're in a good spot. Like you can close. Like you are on a trajectory to close them. I'm excited for Tuesday's recruiting update because I got some information on that stuff.
And if they can snag Jackson Cantwell, that'd be insane. I think they're going to end up with Savion Hyder. I'm not so sure about Osborne yet.
No, that's looking interesting, isn't it? He's looking like Texas right now, isn't he?
Yeah. But I will say, dude, have you guys seen highlights of Brock Harris?
I have not looked into that yet.
Well, I don't know how much to trust. This is on the Michigan Insiders page. It says they're warm. Warm, cool. Like who? I don't know how much they update.
Dude, those projectors, like I'm just not a big fan of that stuff because they're not updated. They're not updated all the time. The one on 3 uses is an algorithm. I'm just not a fan of that stuff.
Look, I saw Tahir Mathis was still like 30% to Ohio State. I was like, I know that's not happening. So
yeah, it's just not accurate, man. It's just I don't know. I mean, it's okay. It's like it's a tool, but I wouldn't put a lot of stock into it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say when you guys get a chance, you don't have to do it this show, but one of these shows you should pull up his highlights. He's insane, and
pull it up. Brock Harris.
Yeah, Brock Harris. And I think missing out on Andrew Olish really hurt.
Of course.
They kind of put all the eggs in one basket with him, which fair enough. I mean, we were all thinking he was going to end up here, but I think that makes Brock Harris is that upside, that elite tight end. I think he's a must get. I think they're going to go full bore with NIL. And I don't really know of any other elite tight ends in that class. There might be.
Well, it's actually a loaded tight end class. We'll see. I'm going to pull up Brock Harris's highlights here in a minute. But yeah, Nick, we appreciate you calling in, bro. We'll check out Brock Harris. Actually, I mean, we can keep you up here for a minute. Hold on.
Ironically,
I got Maze Madman waiting.
Olis got that 5-star bump.
I know. Of course
after he went to Penn State.
Now
He's a 5-star, right?
I bet he wouldn't if he stayed at Michigan, man. I bet he wouldn't.
If they hadn't dropped, wouldn't Shamari Earls have gotten 5-star if they hadn't dropped him down? Because he was like number 32 or 31.
All I know is he's got the deuce, so there's got to be something there. They don't just give the deuce away.
Oh, they give him number 2?
Yeah, he's wearing number 2.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. No, well, dude,
And
listen.
I don't know if you saw it on Madman show. The guy that Madman, who was it that we had on the other night? Anyway, he said he's coming in and he wants that number.
Well,
Might have to earn it.
I can't remember who we had on the other night because I missed the show. Madman, put it in chat. Who was that?
didn't you just have Browder on?
No. Besides Browder, Monday night.
You guys always have all these guests on. Fucking I don't know, but hey, Nick, we're gonna let you go. We're gonna pull Maze. Actually, we're gonna pull Maze Madman up right now. He'll let you know.
Jalen Powell. That's who it was.
Oh, you guys had Jalen on? Oh,
Yeah.
dope. That's
He
dope.
said he's coming for that number 2 on offense.
I respect that. All right, Nick, we're gonna let you go, brother.
All right, man. Sounds good. Thanks for taking my call.
Go Blue, Nick. Thanks for calling in, man.
Go Blue, Nick.
Shout out to Nick. I love
Blue.
you. I was pulling Maze Madman. What up, Maze Madman?
What up, gentlemen?
What up, though?
Let us know
What
why
up,
you're
though?
upset, bro.
Hey,
What's
look,
going on?
I know you, you thought you was gonna see me, but bro, I can't do it, bro. I can't do the hold the phone for forever, and I can never get it to just stay up on its own. So you gonna get to block him.
You gotta get you a setup, man. Just get you a little
I'm working
kickstand or something. They got those on the covers now,
Bruh.
on the protectors.
I got this little thing on Amazon. This shit work. It's
There
just
you
little.
Wait,
Look,
hold
I'm
that up
working on
again.
it, bro.
Hold that up again, Kinetic.
Was that
It's just
metal?
it's just a little phone.
Oh, that's
thing,
fine. Yeah, it's fire though.
Oh yeah.
Did
I
you
mean,
hear that? Did
I
you
use
hear that
this
when you-
like, for my phone. I use this.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna show you what I'm using. Look, you gotta improvise. That's a card holder right there.
There you go. Hey, that's the way, bro.
Hey, it works.
Right. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Really quick, I gotta give a special shout out to Posh because she put me on to something today, and I appreciate that. It is some real. By the way, TJ, I'm not sure like if you know, but there are some real demons out here in these fan bases, both Michigan's and Ohio State.
Tell me about it.
It gets wicked, man. So I appreciate Posh for that. Thank you.
Well, shit. What am I missing, bro?
Yeah, I can put you.
people
I
know?
can send it to you too. But
Send it
Alright,
to
let
me
me know.
too.
yeah,
Let me know.
it's
Hey, put it in
crazy
that.
out
Put it in
here.
our chat, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Happy Hogan is now an Avenger.
He said,
Hey, look.
"Hey, hold on. TJ wasn't there when you sent that super chat in. He said on one of our shows, he said he's the Sami Zayn of Happy Hogan's, and that's his person in the Avengers.
Right.
Who sent that in? West Quad?
Yeah, I was
That's
just
funny.
joking. Look, first of all, I'm picking a better hero than the.
No. You got to stick with Happy Hogan. That's your guy now.
Yo, shout out to JOJ in the chat. Do not tell Johnny what to do on
Hey, I like
Johnny's
Happy
live.
Hogan, by the way.
Hey, so can we make Doreen an honorary Avenger?
So that's something. All right. So I'm fine with it.
Doreen needs to be a Wolverine, man.
No, man,
Dude, all right, bro. I keep saying it, dude. Like, if it's a shame.
What we
I mean,
doing?
we mean this
Hey.
respectfully, Dorian. It's a shame your daughters went to Ohio State because you really should be. Your
Look,
daughter should
she
went
could
to
be Black
Michigan.
Widow, bro.
She knows she likes us better. She knows she likes our fan base
She
better.
does, but I mean,
Bro,
her
she's a
daughter
double
went to
agent.
Ohio State, man.
Yeah. You gotta.
We just gotta
rock
wait
with-
for her
yeah.
daughter to
Yeah.
her daughters to graduate, and then she'll get her in the transfer. We just got to get an NIL
Get her in
package
the transfer
put
portal.
together
What's our
and
NIL
just
look
time
like?
it right.
We gotta get our NIL up.
The old Herb Street special, huh?
The old Herb Street special.
We need to get Connor Stallions and Queen Jolene in on this.
Yeah, we'll make
Hey,
it work. We'll
so
make it work.
so did you guys? I'm coming in late, obviously. Did you guys
Maniac
already
in
talk
the
about?
chat.
Look at Maniac in the chat. You guys already talk about Ryan Day getting an extension.
We did not.
We have not. Bring it up. Let's talk about
All
it.
right, all right, and Doreen, cover your ears. But this is music. This should be music to the ears of Wolverine fans.
Thanks, I guess.
Exactly.
Good job. Good job.
By the way,
Wolverine.
get well paid, $12.5 million a year. You know, congratulations. Looks like he's there through 2031. Congratulations. But it's so fickle the way this thing works, right? Because it wasn't too long ago. We talking end of November where people were calling for his job, right?
Death
Not
threats.
just calling
Death threats.
exactly threatening his children. It got wicked. And now he's the $12.5 million per year man who can't beat Michigan.
Hey, you know what else had changed in that time? The game doesn't matter anymore, apparently.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, no, I posted a video that proves that completely wrong.
Oh no, I know. I mean, we all knew we know what time it is, coping time, but
Yeah.
Oh look, hey, Doreen said both daughters graduated already, so let's get the NIL package. Let's
go.
Let's get that offer in.
Right, we gotta send her get her a hat, get her started with some gear.
Yeah, we gotta send.
I mean, if we got her a Michigan gear a gift package,
look,
I mean,
they already kicking her out.
She can't in good conscience refuse to wear it if we get it for her and send it to her.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
We do got to recruit Posh. We gotta if we can secure Posh at the spring game.
Yeah,
right, like an
Posh,
official
can we
visit.
Can we get you on an OV for the spring game with us? Come over and chill with us.
That would be great.
Doreen, if you don't want people kicking you out of their chats,
right?
Come to death row.
Come to death row.
Produce the video.
Look, you get the look. We got you in the Michigan chat. We're cordial and everything, and they kick you out of Buckeye chats. I don't know how I don't feel about that.
She knows it was a bunch of Wolverines that were defending her to some Buckeyes the other day.
That's crazy.
I'm saying, bro, I don't know.
See, look, I told you.
That's all I'm saying.
She said, "Send it out."
Right.
Hey, we in. That's
it's done. It's done. Challenge accepted.
Hey, by the way, crystal ball in our favor now.
Yeah, that on 3 projections looking accurate now.
Right. Sam Webb is,
except on Rivals, they don't know shit.
Yo, Rivals got her as a 2-star.
Maze Madman is the Sam Webb of EJ Hollins.
Hey, don't do no. By the way, West Quad's the thoughts of West Quad are his and his alone. I'm just putting my recruiting hat on. That's all.
Hey, listen, definitely put that disclaimer out there. I do not.
Right.
Hey, listen. If Scoop hates you, that's a badge of honor. That means you're on the right track. Like that means there's something wrong with you.
So TJ, let me get you. Me and Kinetic, we will be having Maniac, who's in the chat. So we're gonna have Darren from Darren Tells Ball on the show Monday. Obviously to talk about the things that he's been talking about and some more.
You're gonna debate him?
Yeah, we're gonna bring him on to have this conversation because I think it does deserve a conversation.
Is it the whole sign stealing thing?
Sign stealing, being lied to by Michigan, which, by the way, I will acquiesce to this. We were definitely lied to. Johnny, all of us can attest. We thought Alex Orji was going to be Cam Newton, right? We were lied to. So there's that.
Listen, there was a lot of hype in that spring.
Yeah, for sure.
That fall game, that fall camp.
Yeah.
What time's your show Monday?
Monday, another one, Maze.
I think we're 7:00 on Monday.
Yeah.
Alex,
are you inviting me to join you or to watch that shit?
Yeah, man. Pull up. By the way, you were mentioned today. I was watching his show today, and by the way, this is no snitching. It's on public. Everybody who saw it, because you were mentioned by a caller. I'm not gonna. I don't know what the details were, but it was about you basically your memes with Miss Jolene, right?
Wait, what call-in show is this? Darren's?
Yeah, Darren's show today.
I didn't even know he had a call-in show. No shit. Okay.
Yeah, he does it. He actually does it a cool way too, through like Discord. It's actually pretty cool.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there's all right. I know Darren's not fond of my Queen Jolene shit.
Yeah, and neither is this guy, whoever this guy was. I don't know who it is. Shout out to him though.
Darren's burner account.
It's funny though. If you ain't happy about Queen Jolene, you can't be happy about Ty Haywood then.
Right.
Hey, you got to take the good with the bad, I guess.
I'm gonna have to find that. I'm gonna have to find that clip then and check it out.
Yeah, I got it for you actually.
All right.
He's like, I already got you. You ain't gotta find nothing. I got it.
But listen, I say that because I respect Darren and I like Darren, and I think he's an intelligent dude.
I agree with that. I
And
think he's very
Look, listen, I told you when you booked him, I like Darren. Hell, I was on his show for about 10, 15 minutes earlier. I called in and talked to him. I don't have a problem with him as a person. I disagree with some of his takes about a bunch of different things, but that don't stop me from liking the dude.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like Garrison. It's like I had to post on X earlier because people were like messaging me about stuff with Garrison, thinking that him and I really hate each other. I'm like, listen, just because we disagree about football on these podcasts and on socials, like aside from that, we're cool.
That's a fact. One day I had to make a public service announcement on Garrison's behalf too on X, or the app formerly known as Twitter, because me and him got into a back and forth, and then just inherently Michigan fans jumped in there and were giving it to Garrison. Pause. I got it in there. But I had to make a public service announcement, let them know, hey, this is me and Garrison can talk to each other this way. Y'all cannot. So yeah.
Hey, before I forget, I just want to let you know, Alex Orji is the Tate Martell of Cam Newton.
Look, y'all sitting there talking shit, but watch him ball out at UNLV this year.
Hey,
yeah, right. Only
this is a lot, by the way.
Talking shit right now.
Because listen, he might not have been a good quarterback in Kirk Campbell's system, but how many quarterbacks would be? And they did not try even the slightest to fit an offensive scheme to his skill set. But he's going down there with Dan Mullen. I guarantee you, Dan Mullen's going to design an offense around Orji's skill set.
All right, so we got
and by the way, it's Hitter, right?
Yeah, it's Hyder.
It's Hyder.
Yeah, Jesus Christ!
I know. I fuck that one all the time,
it's spelled Hyder. I know that, but I thought they were saying it weirdly. Man.
Oh wait, no, is it Hitter? It might, no,
look,
Garrison. I'm sorry,
you say his name 3 times and he shows up.
It's Hitter, bro. It's Hitter. It's like
it's Hitter. It's Hitter because it's spelled Hyder, but yeah.
But see, I thought it was Hyder. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Let's pull up our next caller here, and then
oh my god! Hey, there's a ism for what Matthew just did right there. You see what Matthew Miller just did?
I did.
Okay. Fun fact. This is for everybody listening. I'm sorry.
Can't wait for this.
There is a ism. There's some sort of Freudism or Freudianism for this right here. It's a proven fact on the internet apparently that any conversation being had on the internet between multiple people after a certain amount of time, Hitler is mentioned, and he just did it. So that's crazy. And
well, if you're a Spartan, you mention it all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
I forgot what that principle is called.
Yeah.
It's definitely
let's pull up our next call. We got Wolverine Casual here. We're gonna pull him up. What up, Wolverine Casual? How you doing, man?
Hey, how are you guys?
Well, I'm doing all right, bro. Hey. Appreciate you coming through tonight.
Oh yeah, no problem. Well, a bunch of other people have come through since.
Yeah, it's it's wild how that works sometimes, but we appreciate you leading the way on that.
Thank you for not making me look like a punk bitch. Because I would have felt bad if you didn't.
Yeah, West Quad's reputation was on the line, man.
I was about to be so sick.
Wait, what happened?
So we were like, I don't know, 35, maybe 40 minutes in, and we only got like $10, bro. And then Wolverine Casual was like, fuck it. Let's go to a second hour. Because like essentially, I don't know the last time we haven't made a second hour. Like it's been
and West Quad wasn't gonna get it.
Yo, I was about to be high.
Hey, that's why I had to jump on. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. TJ texted me. He was like, "Hey man, we need some help here. I need you to come on and save the show so West Quad don't look bad."
Hey,
West Quad.
Happy Hogan doing Happy Hogan shit, bro. I can only provide support.
You can't let us down 6 days into Black History Month.
Right. Oh, bro, I didn't even think about that. Y'all gonna do me like that? Oh, okay.
It's crazy.
Anyways, Wolverine Casual. So what's up, man? What's on your mind?
I kind of was interested in talking about something that is probably not going to be very popular, which is the Yahoo report.
You like unpopular shit.
The Yahoo report on the Stallion stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right, go for it, man. Oh, that's good.
I have no idea why anyone thinks we should be ashamed of him doing this. I love that he did it. I think that this whole thing is ridiculous, But I kind of went down a rabbit hole of looking into sort of the OSU fanboy, like, what do they think is going to happen? And what I sort of uncovered was that there are these two sources that like the Buckeyes think they have it within the NCAA, coming from this guy at Buckeye Scoop and then another guy who's like a beat writer for like some music guy, Ross Music on Twitter. And apparently they're saying that we are going to get like all of our wins vacated, national championship vacated, postseason ban for multiple years. And I don't really understand. One thing I really don't understand about the whole situation is if we literally right now, just all of us paid someone to, I don't know, take videos of games and then sent it to the Michigan staff, that would be legal.
No. We can't send it to the staff. We'd have to post it on a public forum. So if
Fine.
we were to post it on like YouTube or a similar service, maybe one that's less known that wouldn't be looked at by anyone that we didn't want to look at it, and then we got the link to them, then it's 100% legal.
Well, that's ridiculous. So, I mean, we could do that. That would be easy. Imagine if we just kept sign stealing legally. Like,
yeah. Well, I said that on one of our shows last week. I was like, if Connor just would have, or if the people that Connor sent would have just posted this stuff to YouTube and then sent it to him, it would have been completely legal. There'd be no problem.
Okay. The TJs and the Kinetics of the world, prepare yourselves to hate me. All right.
Oh, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Bold of you to assume I didn't already.
All right. So I am one that believes, especially if Michigan suffers any sort of recourse for this, if anything comes down on Michigan, I don't care if it's a coach being suspended, loss of scholarships, whatever it is, right? I just don't feel like I can celebrate Connor Stalions. By the way, I've mentioned this in our private chat. Sure, like this thing was like it was cool to like rally behind. It gave Michigan fans something to rally behind. You know what I mean? We had like targets on. We had to defend ourselves basically against the other state and their fan base and all the allegations or whatever. And I even rallied behind it last year, and saying, "Yo, we gotta embrace it, right?" But at the same time, if the university suffers any sort of recourse because of something Connor Stalions did, I can't celebrate Connor Stalions. He's already, like I mentioned,
so let me respond to that when you're done.
On the up and up as an individual. The whole manifesto thing is weird to me.
No, it's happening.
It's not,
that sort of thing, like that's kind of crazy. Like I don't know, but I get it.
All right, let's break this down. Hold on.
Yeah.
Just so you know,
hold on. I want to respond to what he was just saying.
All right, respond first.
So
I'll go second.
I'll say this. I don't think that even if we have some kind of retaliation from the NCAA, the retaliation I think is more that they want to hit Michigan with something because of the stuff that Jim Harbaugh, like he was such a thorn in their side about everything from the paying the players to the satellite camps or whatever. They were determined to hit Harbaugh, and because Michigan stood behind Harbaugh to some extent and didn't turn over the last 27 years of phone records and text messages and emails and weren't cooperative according to the NCAA, I would say the punishments that come down are more the result of their grudge against Michigan and Harbaugh than it is about what Connor did. Because at the end of the day, all Connor did was he was the staff member that was in charge of stealing signs, which every school, every team has one or multiple guy that does that.
Yep.
Right.
And he was better at it than almost all of them. And he found in every single team in every sports league, whether it's college, pro, NFL, NBA, whatever, the staff is literally going to look at all the rules on the books and try to find any loopholes, any rules that are written in a vague way that could be interpreted different ways to try to find any advantage. That's what your job is as a coaching staff. So the thing that he did was he looked at a financial rule, found what he believed to be a gray area that he could get around, and then tried to do it. And they came in, and their only thing that they have is their interpretation of the rule, which
They wrote the rule.
It is. They wrote the rule, but they wrote it in a very vague way. If you read the rule right now, you can see how it can be interpreted multiple different ways. So their only thing with Connor is that they say that it should be interpreted this way, but the way it's written, it can be interpreted the way he saw it too. And even if and again, it comes down to that's not a cheating infraction. It is a financial infraction.
Right. So here's the deal. The rule says you cannot send staff to watch a game.
Right.
He didn't. It was friends and family. That's the gray area of the rule. Okay. Now where he was at the Michigan State Central Michigan game, yeah, that could be a hit. But what's fucked up is he was.
I think that's on Central Michigan, not on Michigan.
Well,
I think they invited
him. They invited him to do that for them. He was diagnosing their signs for them. That's how he got pimped out in the Central Michigan gear. He was wearing a disguise, all that. He was there for Central Michigan. He was invited by, I can't remember his name, but former staffer at Michigan, who they just released in the summer. But so there's gray area.
And if he'd been a staffer on like Alabama or some other team, NCAA wouldn't be going after him like this.
Look, and here's another thing, like for me, okay, like all right, listen, I think Connor Stalions a damn legend, bro. Like, and I know, and Maze, just like if you feel differently, that's okay. I still love you. You're my boy. And listen, you're not the only one. There's a lot of people in the fan base who there's people in the fan base who don't like Connor Stalions. But like, I look at Connor Stalions as a fucking legend because look, he did make the Michigan Manifesto. Some people think that's weird. I don't think that's weird. I think that is like straight dedication.
He's just super dialed in. That's all that is.
Yeah, like he is, bro. His commitment to his craft,
the word manifesto.
I love it.
Yeah, but that's all. That's what makes it sound like something it's not.
I'm all for that. Like, count me in. Give me more. I want 6,000 pages, bro. Like, I'm all about it. I love people who are just all in on that stuff. Like, I appreciate. Like, all right, do you think Kobe Bryant's weird?
Do I think Kobe Bryant? I think Kobe Bryant. There were weird things about Kobe Bryant. Yeah.
I understand like Kobe Bryantism, bro, but just a different craft. They were just obsessed with their craft, man. So like, I respect that type of stuff.
But the thing I really like what Kinetic said because I think it's very true. The Connor Stalions' sin was not fundamentally the information that he got. The information that he got can be obtained legally within NCAA rules because it's public information. You can record a sideline and post it to YouTube. His only crime was procedurally how he did it. Who cares? Right?
Well,
like
the NCAA doesn't even care. They said a couple years ago that they should get rid of the rule because it no longer applies.
So this is where we are going to hard. This is where we agree right up into the who cares part because now we got a hard turn off here. I'm getting off.
But the NCAA wouldn't even care if it wasn't Michigan. If it wasn't
right, I agree with that. If it was a different school, they wouldn't give a shit. It's because it's Michigan, man. If this was like
which by the way, I might even agree with you guys on that. I'm not in disagreement about that, right?
So I know they want to vilify Connor Stalions because NCAA had a grudge against Jim Harbaugh.
Not vilifying Connor Stalions because the NCAA had a grudge against Jim Harbaugh. I'm vilifying Connor Stalions because the NCAA is after Michigan because of Connor Stalions.
But they're not. They're after Michigan because they have a grudge with Jim Harbaugh and Michigan.
He gave them a way
He was just the excuse
right? If it
for
wasn't
them to
for
use
Connor Stalions, if it was just about them disliking Jim Harbaugh, they could just dislike Jim Harbaugh.
But if Connor Stalions didn't exist, I believe the NCAA would have found some other way to come after Michigan and Jim Harbaugh.
Okay, which is fine, but they would have to scheme that and come up with that. They didn't have to because this guy gave him a layup.
Look, I got 2 points to make real quick. One, if everybody wasn't already sign stealing, you wouldn't see coaches with those big ass Waffle House menus in front of them.
That's not my problem. My problem isn't sign stealing. Everybody's caught up on sign stealing. That's not the issue. The issue is the rule that was broken, and this is where I was talking about. We got a hard get off the exit here because if everybody broke the rules, then we just live in some,
But he wasn't breaking the rule.
What?
Well, all right, he was pushing the rule. But here's all right. So here's all right, Maze. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So you're saying if everybody was breaking the rule, and I know Garrison's listening,
And I'm not talking about that rule specifically.
Well,
I'm talking about the
right,
rules, right?
right.
Because we
Well,
we just had somebody say, "Oh, who cares about
Okay,
that rule?" Basically,
but okay, listen. Okay, let's say a person. I'm not going to say you or me or whoever.
right?
Lives in a town where there's a police officer that's got a grudge against them,
Yep.
and that police officer is going to find a reason to give them a ticket or to arrest them. If they pull them over, they're going to find something.
Right.
Whether if you don't have a busted taillight, they're going to bust a taillight.
Tinted fucking windows.
And
which
so
has happened to me when we were
it's the
looking at this
NCAA as the cop. Jim Harbaugh is the guy that they want to get.
Right.
I'm not going to get mad at Connor because the cop chose to use him as the busted taillight.
Yeah, dude. And like I got pulled over once. They were looking for shit. I didn't have shit, so they came after my windows, bro. Like that's just how things go sometimes. But, like
my second point.
I got pulled. Speaking of being pulled over, this is hilarious. I was a junior in high school. My friend's driving the car, going the opposite direction of this cop who makes the U-turn 2 a.m. There's not another car out here. Makes the U-turn, follows us all the way to the front of my house, hits the lights, and pulls us over because my friend's tag light was out.
Yep.
First of all, how'd you see that going the other way? But
end of the month.
Well, that's my point, is that they will find something. So if Connor wasn't there, the cop would have. If the busted brake light wasn't there, then it would be a busted license plate light, or it'd be a tinted window or whatever. But I'm saying it's not the tail light's fault. It's the cop. That's who you should be mad at, not the tail light. You shouldn't be mad at Connor. You should be mad at the NCAA with the grudge.
You know what? I'm not gonna politicize this thing. We're not gonna do that. All right. Well, I'll talk to me and you can talk. I have your number. You have my number. So I'll do that. But all right, that's interesting. I want you to remember what you just said. By the way, remember that.
My last point on this whole thing is, if Tennessee can skate on 11 level 1 violations,
18.
Oh,
yeah.
It's even more than I thought. Well, then what are we even doing here? Like, why are we even talking about?
I agree with that.
We're literally dealing with the NCAA wants to prove a point because they had a problem with Jim Harbaugh. That's
we learned that in 08 though, with the extra stretching, like with the rich ride.
Well,
that's a fact.
Another point I want to make is I don't like how Michigan is fighting this. Like, when I read Michigan's report, like, I'm glad we're fighting it. I think we should fight it, but I think the way that we're approaching it is kind of dumb. Because if we're sort of, it feels a little bit like we are arguing sort of the nitty gritty of the rule, when I think that the fundamental argument that Kinetic is making is the right one. That this is fundamentally public information. We could have gotten this through legal means. We didn't. Sorry. You know, you can argue about whether Sherrod Moore. I don't care, really. We can argue about who knew and who didn't know. We could have gotten this information through legal means, and therefore this violation is entirely procedural. It's just about how you got the information, but getting the information is not an advantage because you can get it legally within NCAA rules through public information.
Well, and so a couple things also. This is why I got upset with Garrison the other day, because he wants to start his argument on everything from the basis of Michigan cheated.
Up next,
they didn't cheat.
Or no, he's not. Tim's up next. After Tim,
they didn't cheat. It was not a cheating infraction. It was not a competitive infraction. It was a financial infraction. You can break a financial rule, and it's not cheating. There was no rule broken that equates to cheating. So if you're going to start your argument from the basis of Michigan cheated, I'm not going to even listen to that.
Just a quick question: If there's a rule. And this is not even an NCAA thing or whatever. I'm just talking about anything, the monopoly rule, right? If there's a rule and you break the rule, aren't you cheating?
No. Cheating is if you break a rule that gives you a competitive advantage.
Okay.
Let me hear.
If the rule broken doesn't give you a competitive advantage, then no, it's not cheating. It's just simply a broken rule. That's why there's a difference.
Let's go
between. That's why there's a difference between financial and competitive infractions with the NCAA.
Yeah.
And the NCAA themselves are on record saying that knowing the other team's signals gives you little to no advantage in the game.
Okay, and it doesn't matter because we could have gotten them legally.
Right. So let me go a step further then. If what you are saying is true, if it's minimal gain from it, if it's not cheating, and if the NCAA says it's minimal gain and technically not cheating, it's only financial,
Mhm.
then why the hell did he do it? If he hold on.
Well, I'll answer that. It's easy.
Because if he can do this without
It's easy.
spending the ticket money, without putting people on flights,
I can answer your question.
it seems like this is a net loss then. If he
No,
can get the same
it's not.
information without doing what he did.
It's not because you're looking at it from
A
he could have
logical
done it.
standpoint.
He could have done it this way instead of that way because that way is breaking the rule. But when
No, I'm looking at
before
it
all this started,
hold on, but
when
pause
he
real quick.
looked at how he did
Yo,
it,
Doug, do you hear other people? It's my turn real quick. And I'm not gonna cut you off. I haven't been cutting you off all night, but I need you to understand where I'm looking from it from because you just painted the scope for me. I am looking at it from the facts that you provided, If he can get it legally, all of the things he did illegally or against the rules, if he can get it legally, if he doesn't have to come out of pocket and spend $1, if the NCAA, if it's just a financial thing, then why do it?
I'm trying to answer that, but you interrupted me when I tried to answer.
But you said I'm looking at it from a way that I wasn't looking at it. I'm only looking at it
but
from
you are
from
because
that
you're
way.
saying why did he do it this way that broke a rule instead of that way which is legal? And my point is this way that you're looking at that he broke the rule. When he saw that before this all happened, he didn't think he was breaking the rule. He looked at how the rule was written and said, "Oh, I can do it like this because that the way it's written, I think that this gets around it." And every single coaching staff, you do it to get an advantage within the rules. He thought he was doing it within the rules.
Hold on. No. But you just said the key word here. He did it to get an advantage.
Yes.
Hard stop.
That's literally the job of every person on a coaching staff on every sports team.
That, Kinetic. We are not.
So when you say why did he do it, he did it because that's his job. And why did he do it that way? Why did he do it that way? Was because when he read the rule, he interpreted that rule as that this way I can do it, and I can do what I do.
But you still didn't explain the fundamental part of what I asked. Why did you do it that way? The way that would cost you money?
Because I answered that. You're just not hearing it. He did it that way because in his mind, when he read the rule, the way he interpreted the rule, he didn't believe it that doing it that way would cost him anything.
Right, so let me do it differently then. Let me give you what I'm trying to say. Would the stuff he would have gotten for free, the information he could have gotten for free, be worse or better than the information he got from sending anyone, his mother, his dog, his uncle, his neighbor to a game? Is it better or worse?
It's worse.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
So that's why he did it.
Yeah.
None of this bullshit about him looking at the rules and saying,
but that's what he did.
All right. All right.
Hold on.
Hey, you can drop me down and then bring up Tim.
Hold on.
No. Hold up.
Tom,
It's a really simple argument here.
Hold on. Everyone pause. Hey, hold up. I'm calling it now. Let me just respond to Miz. Miz, I don't disagree with your position that he was doing it to get an advantage. I don't think anyone disagrees with that. That's fair. My response is, who the fuck is not doing anything in college football to get an advantage? I have Maurice Currat talking about getting paid right now in college far before NIL. I have Ohio State paying players like the SEC.
That's their job.
You know what I mean? Everyone's pushing to get an advantage. Why the fuck?
I agree.
That's my argument. Like, look,
I agree.
Here's why I don't have an issue with kind of stands, and we'll end it and we'll call it here and we'll move on to our next callers. But like, what I want to say is this: the reason why I don't have is, and I know Garrison, we're gonna talk about it again because Garrison's gonna come on here, and that's fine. We can get into it again. But like, my point is this: college football is a dirty game, bro, and everybody's pushing all these gray areas, and some of them know it's illegal, and they're still doing it. McDonald's bags, FBI wiretap. No one gives a shit, son. No one gives a shit. We got kids getting cars and Lambos and freaking like the shit Arch Manning got. Like, what was it, $500,000 for an official visit? That's we gave, bro. The NCAA makes it illegal to decorate a prospect's bed for their official visit. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
why everything's in
crazy.
a bag now.
Yeah,
Everything's
yeah.
in a fucking bag, and the prospects have to spread it out on their bag on their bed and take pictures of it as if the room was decorated. You cannot decorate a recruit's room now for an official visit. But no, Texas spends that. And Matthew, I know you're in the fucking chat, and it's all love, bro. Because I don't give a shit. I think it should be legal. $500,000 for an official visit, nothing happens. And then you want to get mad at us because of some signs. And then what about, and we're going to get into it with Garrison, but like, what about the fucking Excel sheet between Rutgers, Illinois?
That is a much bigger advantage than someone's iPhone footage from across the stadium.
Like, so get off my shit, bro. Like, you want to come at us? Fuck that. And I'm glad Michigan's going to war for it, bro. Because,
and it literally all comes down to the NCAA has a grudge with Jim Harbaugh and by proxy Michigan.
Connor Stalions from the Bronx. Hey,
can I just say one last thing? I totally hear you, Maze Madman. Like I absolutely get what you're saying, but I don't think we need to argue all these other points. I think I would be happy if the entire staff of Michigan knew, if Connor Stalions was doing it because it gave him a significant advantage. All these things, I don't have to argue any of these things. The only thing I have to argue is that Connor Stalions could have gotten the same information through legal means under NCAA guidelines, even if it was giving a big advantage, because other teams have the capacity to go as well. Mm-hmm. Once that argument is made, it's no longer a competitive advantage; it's a financial advantage. And the reason he did it the way he did is because it was a little bit easier for him to coordinate it directly rather than for Uncle T or whoever to coordinate it through third parties. But fundamentally, the information he got is accessible publicly, and that's it. And that's the only argument you have to make. You can argue it's an advantage. You can argue that the staff knew. None of that matters. Once you say that, it becomes a procedural issue. He did it the wrong way, but the information he got was no better than the information somebody else could have gotten through a legal scheme. And that's it. That's the argument. You're done. You don't have to argue anything else.
Thank you for giving me a minute here. I know I was preachy tonight. But shout out to everybody.
We appreciate it, brother.
And I'm upset.
It's all love, man. You know that.
I bet you are, dog.
Hey, man.
We appreciate it, man.
At the end of the day, it comes down to one of TJ's favorite gifts or like clips. Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around, and that's what it all comes down to.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around.
This is only a rule because Akron can't do it, bro.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly, dog.
Right.
I mean,
exactly. It literally was a rule because the smaller schools back in the 90s couldn't afford the $15,000, $20,000 camcorders that you needed to do it, and couldn't afford to send somebody across the country to all the different games.
Exactly.
That's literally the only reason the rule was there. And now everyone has a phone with a camera that's 1,000 times better than those things in their pocket. So it's a non-effective rule. It doesn't, like, the NCAA even said they should have got rid of it years ago.
And the public, it's so easy to, sorry to cut you off, TJ. It's so easy to misinterpret this because you hear sign stealing, you hear cheating.
Yep.
That's
why I push back on the when someone says cheating. It's not a conversation about cheating. It's a conversation about a financial infraction that the NCAA themselves has said is both not relevant anymore and provides little to no advantage.
And to be clear, I do think that Connor should get in trouble. I think Jim should get in trouble. I think people should get in trouble because there is a rule and they broke it. But the idea of not individuals being punished, but of the institution being punished for a competitive advantage is just insane to me.
I agree with that.
Like, it's
all
crazy.
Right. Hey, Wolverine Casual, we had you on for a long ass time. That debate was good. I just had to let it go. It was a good debate. Maze got a little upset though.
Sorry, I have that effect on people. My bad.
I would love to stay for Garrison because I promise I won't.
You want to stay? All right. You want to stay for Garrison? Fuck. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Tim is up next though. So Tim's gonna be up next. So let me pull up Tim and then we'll figure the rest out. We got $5 super chat from Jordan. He said, "God bless and go blue." Shout out to West Quad just dropped out. I think his battery might have died.
Yeah, he said he got
all good there. Let me So $5 super chat to Jordan. We appreciate you, Jordan. Thank you for contributing to the show. All right, let's pull up Tim because we got Tim up next, and he's been waiting very patiently. Tim, how we doing, man?
Good.
What up, Tim?
How you doing, bro?
What's the word? Doing?
We're doing all right. Well, we're getting a little heated, but it's all right.
Tell us what's on your mind, Tim.
What's on your mind, Tim?
In a minute, okay, okay. Um, I'm I'm starting my I'm about to start my own little show on Facebook.
On Facebook? What's it gonna be called, Tim?
It's gonna be called the Thunder Redman Show.
There you go. What's it gonna be about?
Michigan football for right now.
Are you gonna do it on YouTube?
Not yet, but I'm just on the I'm just doing it for fun.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Well, I give you full support, bro. I hope you kill it.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Yeah, while y'all was when y'all brought up that Ryan Day contact, it it's 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 strange that the way that they played against with Michigan, then 30 days later they dominating the play the playoffs. So that seems like that the way that the the, the way that they lost to Michigan and dominated the playoff. They normally will take a whole off season, but they done it in less than 30 days. That seems that seems like it's kind of strange.
That Ohio State was able to pull that off in 30 days.
Yeah.
What do you think
Must
about that,
have hired a
Kinetic?
sign stealer.
Because of the way that they beat Oregon, and the way that because of Oregon, they lost to Oregon because of that Michigan game. They barely got 2 yards of carry
Yeah, you don't
on
think
the
it was that Ohio
ground.
State? You don't think it's possible Ohio State was just very motivated after the Michigan loss?
Well, they was
Yeah, I think it's possible. I mean, what do you think Ohio State? Do you think something more was going on? Is that what you think?
because because they two players on the offensive line they wasn't even playing.
Yeah, but do you think so? What do you think? What do you think led to Ohio State's dominant run to the playoff? You think there was anything extra going on?
I
No.
know, no, I know. I, I noticed in the Rose Bowl when their defense was out there, it looked like that Jesse Minter or Wink Martindale was out there coaching.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, look, Ohio State was just on a hell of a run. It was just their time. In my opinion, Michigan lit a fire under their ass, and they focused up.
I
And,
feel like
yeah.
if they lose to us again, and he lose to James Franklin for the very first time, and somehow he loses the Sark in a regular season the rematch. Who the AD the president they probably might the regret giving him that $12 million a year for 7 years if he lose the three big games and go 9-3 and miss the Big Ten and get and don't be the one of the 12 teams next year.
Okay. What's your thoughts on that? You got anything on that, Kinetic?
Sorry, I was responding to someone. Can you repeat that?
All right. All right, let me ask you this, Tim. Do you think Michigan's going to be a playoff team next season?
Yes, but for them to get a bye. Bryce Underwood would have to be in his sophomore year.
Okay, so you think it's possible in his freshman year we make the playoffs, but for us to get a bye, it'll be in 2 years. You think that's how you feel about that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate
Well,
it.
we do got a easy schedule, but
We do.
I'm hearing some rumors that they might be making some modification to the 12 team because certain people they feel like the Alabama they should have never have played Michigan. They should have got in because but even though the Mustangs they had a better record a better the record, but even though the Alabama they lost 3 games and the Mustangs they lost 2 games, but Alabama but they had some better wins on their schedule, and they also they playing they playing the South, so that is the hardest conference to even go 12 12-0, and somehow Kirby Smart he did it 3 years in a row during that run they had with Stetson Bennett and Carson back.
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously, SEC is a tough conference. I think Big Ten looked like the tougher conference this year, but we appreciate you calling in, Tim. I'm sure we'll hear from you next week, man. Go Blue, brother. Go Blue, brother.
I did watch that basketball game.
What? Yesterday?
Oregon. The Oregon. They looked like they couldn't catch up until the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, they did though. We'll see how Michigan does though. But all right, Tim, I gotta get to our next call here because we have a loaded lineup. But I appreciate you calling in, buddy.
Okay, they talking about they can make the tournament next month.
I think they can make the tournament. But again, I appreciate you, buddy. We'll talk to you next week. All right, Tim, go Blue.
I will say to what he was saying, it was already decided before this last year that it's going to go to 16 teams. I think year after next.
Well, 2026. I think when that's when the new TV rights deal comes in, right?
Yeah,
That's wild.
All right, so we have Garrison next. So I'm gonna listen. I want to before I pull Garrison up here though. All right, we're gonna have a nice conversation. All right,
listen,
a nice conversation.
I like
guys,
I will have a nice conversation as long as the conversation doesn't start with cheating.
All right, well,
Michigan didn't cheat, so if we start from that foundation, I'm good.
I'm happy for him to say we cheated.
I'm gonna moderate this discussion, and if anyone talks over anyone, I'm pulling you down. All right, and then first we got super chat. So we got Jordan again with another $5 super chat. Sensei Tim, shout out to Tim. We appreciate you calling in, buddy. So here's the deal. We're gonna be nice today. We have a good debate here. All right, and I swear to God. And here's another thing too. Keep your argument to 45 seconds. Let the damn debate volley back and forth. Let's make it healthy. Let's bring Garrison up to the stage. What up, Garrison? How we doing, buddy?
I'm good. All right. So I wrote down some things, and I want to give props to Maze. I want to give props to Maze for using logic. So
all right,
we'll just go down the list here. We'll start with the first thing I wrote down was Tennessee, because you guys keep bringing that up as if that means something. Do you guys know what Tennessee did that you guys didn't do?
They paid players.
What else did they do? What else did they do?
What else did they do?
Bro, this ain't a Tennessee channel. Why would we know this?
They self-sanctioned themselves.
And they self-sanctioned. How nice of them to sanction themselves for 18 violations. 18 violations.
45 seconds. You said 45 seconds. So the reason I say is because you look at what Ohio State did. You guys bring up that stuff that Ohio State did with just recently. Dude, we reported it. We self-reported that stuff. And that's why last year I talked to Bryce on Scarlet and Blue Show about it. I said, dude, if you guys self-sanctioned yourselves and actually did it pretty well, they wouldn't come after you. And like Kinetic keeps saying, oh, they wanted Michigan, they wanted, dude. Sure, if you want to go by that preference, fine. Dude, he gave them a reason to come after Michigan. And it baffles me the talk around you, like the talk around you guys keep doing when it's not an anti-Michigan thing, and clearly it's not because there are Michigan fans that feel the way that I'm just saying. It's not because I'm a Buckeye I'm saying this, dude. It's common sense.
Okay, so can I respond? Because you have 50 seconds.
Oh, I'm done.
All right, let me respond. Regarding the Tennessee sanctions, do you know what those were? For 18 level 1 violations, do you know what their self sanctions were?
Paying players money. It's a lot.
Do you know what they self-imposed? I'm sorry. Do you know what they self-imposed? Do you know what they were?
No, I don't care. I don't care what they did. I'm saying they did it.
All right. So here was their self-imposed sanction or their self-imposed reductions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 16 scholarships, reduction of 7 official visits for 1 year.
This is all for 1 year.
Hold on. Reduction of 6 weeks of unofficial visits in 2021 and 2 weeks in 2022. Self-imposed reduction of recruiting communications for the fall of 21 and spring of 22. Tennessee imposed a reduction of 12 evaluation days in 2021 and 8 in 2022. Oh, golly, bro.
That's huge. Well, that's huge. What are you talking? Shit.
See, what was big about any of that? What is big about any of those sanctions?
I'll take those. I'll take those sanctions.
No, dude, I'm trying to tell you what. See, and this is why I'm saying where common sense gets lost. Wait, hold on, DJ. The backbone of our sport, the lifeblood of our sport, is recruiting. I guarantee you, that's the lifeblood of the sport. It has been and it always will be. No one worth their salt disagrees with that. So if that's the case, if you guys went and did that, I don't think you guys would do. And the thing is, you did less than what they did. If you did less, dude, you didn't have to do that. If you did something around that range, I don't think you're in this situation. It's the flat out arrogance of the whole.
Okay, but hold on. Those self-imposed sanctions are not going to hurt their recruiting. None of those are harmful. 8 scholarships don't even matter.
Right? You said 6. You said how many? 16
scholarships.
How many scholarships was it?
Oh, it was 16. Yeah. But when this was proposed, Garrison, the 105 roster limit wasn't a thing, and you could pay players to not take a scholarship like we did for Cam Good and others. Teams were doing that.
But you still, dude, that's sick, dude. Hold up, man. That's still
you
sick.
Just pay them. You just pay for their scholarship. It's as good as a scholarship. That's what was going on.
I just want to point out also that this whole thing about like not cooperating, the NCAA, you can deny it all you want, but they have had a vendetta with Jim Harbaugh since he spoke out about paying players and since the satellite camps. And they have been looking for. They have said that they wanted him out of college football, and they were going to come after him for that. Their idea of not cooperating is that they wanted to act like they had subpoena power, and they were like coming in like they were Congress and saying, "We want the last 30 years of your email records, all of your emails, all of your text messages, all of your phone records." And Michigan said no. Oh, that's not cooperating. And so that's why that's where they want to come at us. And I'm sorry if they if someone without subpoena power came at me like that. Sorry, you're not getting all that.
All right, so
can I interject?
All right, so yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so from this, you're saying that Tennessee is a bad thing to compare to. That's fine. Fine. Tennessee is a bad thing to compare to. I don't mind that. I accede that we should have self-reported. Fine, we didn't. Let's move on with the conversation. That's okay. Like that doesn't bother me at all.
Hey, Kenneth, just so you know, because I forgot. Every time I have this conversation, I have to go ahead and give this say this beforehand. You can find me on about 30 shows worth or on X of me saying there's not going to be some proverbial hammer. You're not going to lose. You're not going to have vacated wins. I don't think your championship should be taken away from you, and I don't think you're going to have a bowl ban over the next few years. So, or at all. So before you go over here saying that Garrison just wants some hammer to come down on Michigan, no. I'm about common sense. What I'm never going to do is come here and lie to you. That's never what I'm going to do. So
What is your argument then? I mean, I agree with all of that, obviously.
Yeah, wait.
If
Warren
you're
Casual,
saying
let
we
me
did
just say
something
this.
wrong, like yes,
Does anyone on here think we shouldn't be punished?
I listen. I think that a
I think we
punishment for
should.
breaking the rule is fine. I'm not going to sit here and acquiesce that we cheated or that we gained any competitive advantage.
Oh God, and that right there, dude. I don't know. TJ had to see me. That whole conversation that you were having with Maze, I was pissed listening to that.
You can be pissed. It's still true.
No, because kinetic. Because listen, this is why he was getting so upset. You're not, dude. It's not logical. It's not. He's sitting here and I'm mad at TJ for gaslighting it. He's sitting here showing, telling you and showing you, dude. That's a rule. If you do something because the rule, I don't give a damn about the finance thing. And also because if other teams can't do it as well as you can, dude, it's getting you an advantage at some point on the field.
But they
according to the NCAA, it provides little to no advantage.
That's a fact. That's a fact. What I just told you was a fact. So when you have that, and you are doing something that, and by the way, I said this to TJ too, just so we're clear. I don't know what the range of how much it helped you. I would say it's no more than 15%. And I don't even know if it's that high. But it's the fact that you did it. And you do it to get a competitive advantage. There's
everything every coach on every staff does is to get an advantage, but it's within the rules.
Bro, stop. But it's how you go about it, bro. Like, listen, you can.
That doesn't make it cheating.
It's a
no, it doesn't. It's not a cheating infraction.
Can I
Purely, if it's a financial infraction, it's not a cheating infraction. Therefore, it's not cheating if you break that.
Argument. Sorry. I just want to summarize the argument right here. Any team in the land can get exactly the same information that Michigan got legally. Michigan broke the rules by doing it in a way that was against the NCAA bylaw, but you can legally obtain that information by having a third party record the information and upload it to YouTube, and that's legal. And if that is a big advantage, Georgia, Ohio State, anybody can do that. Therefore, there's no competitive advantage. I don't know if
it's a big advantage.
What y'all did every Friday night with Rutgers and the other schools, that gave you more of an advantage than we got from this.
Hey, baby. I know I cheated on you, but my boy Daryl, he did this. I don't want to hear about this whataboutism. I don't give a damn about any of that.
It's not cheating, but it's not cheating.
And I'm so happy about what he just said. I'm so happy about what's his name with a C? What's his name?
Wolverine Casual.
Wolverine Casual. You are the furthest thing away from a casual football right now, buddy. Let me tell you what. And what makes me so happy about that is that Kinetic, you're one of those. You know what, TJ, you too. You're one of those Michigan fans who somehow can't grasp this. So I'm going to help you.
I can grasp it. I just don't buy into it.
Pause.
Lay it on me.
It's not. Pause. It's not.
You pause, motherfucker.
Hey, all right, easy now. Let him talk. Go ahead.
No, I'm joking with you guys. No, it's not about the fact. Listen, everyone does some type of scouting. That's not what it's about. And I'm not even going to say Michigan did it that way. Connor Stalions did it. He did it. I don't even want to get to how much of a weirdo that guy is. If he, I respect guys like maybe John Jansen is just going down with the fact that he wants to go down with the lone wolf theory.
Oh, where's the sound?
It didn't come back. Hold on.
Let me see that.
There you go.
You want to see it again?
Yeah. Let me see that creep again.
That is some Pink Panther shit.
Legend. Why does that fuck with his sound?
Like, I don't know. It turns my mic off too, but it comes back on after.
It was so fun. This is how insane this is.
Moose, I'm not muting him.
I had a conversation with a Michigan fan, right? I had a conversation with a Michigan.
Did you have a conversation, or did you just talk at him?
No. I had
let him go.
I had a conversation with him. No, because here's the truth, man. You guys said what you need to say. I'm gonna say this real quick. And I said, dude, John Jansen even said that this guy, he shouldn't be celebrated, all that. And he said, well, who the hell is John Jansen? Huh?
No, John Jansen's a legend. That doesn't mean he can't be wrong.
Point. That's my point.
It doesn't mean he can't be wrong.
No. It's the fact that, listen, what I'm saying. It's get to a point where you guys are defending CS to the fact where you would say, who is John Jansen?
I would never say that.
Yeah, but fuck. I mean, like, fuck. Obviously, that dude doesn't know what he's talking about. Everyone should
Yeah.
know who John Jansen is.
John
I mean,
Jansen's a legend.
No, he did. He did. And he still said it.
Okay.
Well,
Like,
all right,
as I said on our show the other night, and Madman cautioned me against it. Both our fan bases got some idiots in it. Just because you talk to one doesn't mean he speaks for the rest of us. None of us think that John Jansen's anything but a legend.
No, I'm not.
Don't
No, that's
group
not what I'm
them with
saying.
all.
The overall point is that how he is uplifted as if he. All right, I'm gonna say something nice about the Michigan program. Okay, I'm born and raised in the state of Michigan. Even though I've been born and raised as a Buckeye, I keep that university renowned. I've called it the most important public institution in America. I believe that the football program is like, and just in general, dude, like we all know blue bloods, it's no one's above it. The same way I feel about Ohio State, Oklahoma, USC. The fact that a guy like this can go ahead and just like taint something that, like, I don't think you were the best team in the country last year. You didn't need it.
Well, we agree with that, but he was doing it before last year.
Yeah, that's the problem. That the fact that this guy can sit
We
here.
didn't get good because of him. It didn't
I'm
make
not
us a
saying
better
that.
team.
Did you guys just hear me say 10 seconds ago that I don't even believe that it was 15, like it helped you out 15%? Like I'm saying, you're talking around what I'm actually getting to. Dude, the guy's a weirdo. And he shouldn't be revered by anyone in your fan base.
Sorry, if your argument is that we shouldn't like Connor Stalions, I mean, I don't really, I like him. I don't really care either way.
Why do you like him? Let me ask you that. Why do you like him?
Because I think that he basically fucked up on a rule and he's just a super fan. Like, I don't think that what he did was fundamentally cheating. Because
I don't think he had ill intentions. He was trying to do his job and trying to help us in the best way he could.
Basically misinterpreted.
Like I said, I do believe he looked at the rule. The way that he did it, he thought that the vague wording of the rule, he was getting around the rule. He wasn't breaking it. I don't think he intentionally tried to screw anybody over. I don't think he tried to intentionally break the rule. I think he's a little bit weird, but I'm a little bit weird. I think every one of us on here could be called weird in one way or another. His is that he's a super fan. I think that he's being used by the NCAA as a way to try to get Jim Harbaugh out of college football, which is what they did, and to get at Michigan for not capitulating and handing over 30 years of phone records to him and cooperating with them. I think that like I said earlier, if Connor Stalions did not exist, they would have found someone else to use in the same manner.
All right. Well, that's an if. I don't care about ifs right now. Do you think there's a chance, the same way you believe he didn't have any ill intent or anything like that, or he misinterpreted a rule, do you think there's a chance that he didn't misinterpret the rule, that he saw the rule, that he knew what he was doing? Do you think there's a chance of that?
I think he did know the rule.
No. I asked you to believe. Do you think the same way you think there's a chance?
Of course, there's a chance. Of course, there's a chance. I don't believe that it happened.
Why don't you give that side any credence?
Because I don't believe that that's what happened.
Why don't you believe it?
From what I've seen from him, from what I've heard from people that are close to him, I don't believe it.
Man, people close to him, man. Listen,
If I could, Garrison, I would love for you to answer this question. Like, again, I absolutely agree with, I agree that Michigan did something wrong. I agree that they should be punished. Fundamentally, what Connor Stalions did was against a rule. And so he should be banned from college football, and Michigan should pay some penalty because they had him on staff. I agree with all this. At the same time, the information that he obtained can be legally obtained through a more circumspect means. You could pay a third party to post it on YouTube, for example, because sidelines are fundamentally public information. You have a game, it's at a stadium with tens of thousands of people, it's a publicly televised event, it's in the public domain. So to me, what Connor Stalions did, his mistake, his sin, is doing something that was basically convenient. He found a way, he himself orchestrated this sign stealing thing instead of going through a donor or going through a third party. And so fundamentally, what I see him as being guilty of is it's basically just doing things the wrong way. But I don't think that what he did fundamentally undermines the sanctity of the game. I don't think that it gave us an unfair advantage. I think that anyone who wanted that same advantage could come up with a scheme that abided by NCAA guidelines. So what would you say to that?
Garrison.
Yeah. All right. So I don't necessarily like. I'm sorry. What was the first part you were talking about? I was trying to like grab it on.
My point is that ultimately this rule is about
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got it back. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I got it back. For me, bro, it's not about intent. It's not about whether I'm gonna be honest with you. It's very simple for me.
You're saying it's the principle of the rule.
It's the principle, man. Like it's the fact that you did it. Yes, there are legal ways to go about it. The problem is you didn't.
Totally agree. Then.
Yeah, the problem is you didn't.
So, Garrison, let me ask you this: Are you all right? So here's where I'm at, Garrison. You tell me if you disagree. I do think we should be punished. I think the punishment should be the largest fine in college football history. I think there is going to be a scholarship reduction. I think Sharon Moore is going to be suspended. I think you're going to see show clauses for people like Clinkscale and Jim Harbaugh and Chris Partridge. And I think that's as far as it's going to go. Am I off base on any of that?
I actually just had a on our live show. Had a conversation with a Wolverine fan that called in about it, who leans more towards like how Darren feels. And he asked me what I think is going to happen. I said exactly that. Now, biggest fine. I don't know if it's going to be the biggest fine, but it'll be up there. If they did it, it's going to be like, because I think the other part about this people are forgetting is that it's because a lot of these guys are repeat offenders. Like a lot of people forgetting that it's not.
Hold on now. Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Calling Sharon Moore a repeat offender because he wouldn't turn over those emails and text records for the last 20 years.
All right, so
that's not really a repeat offender. That's just the NCAA being petty.
Kinetic, that tells me you don't know the rule. That's all that tells me.
So, Kinetic, here's the reality. Because Sharon Moore had to do this
because he was there when they watched a kid do push-ups on an iPad. And he was there when Jim Harbaugh bought a cheeseburger and didn't turn over phone records. So he got punished, and so that makes him a repeat offender. That's a paper tiger.
Let's backtrack here. All because of a cheeseburger. So let's be clear here. As fun as it is for you, Connect, and a lot of these Michigan fans to go ahead and say, "Oh, because of a cheeseburger," let's be very, very clear and honest. You did that during a period where you were not supposed to be talking to recruits or with them, and then you also did it during a period where you did it during a period during a.
This is so overblown. It's a non-issue, and this is what's.
I agree with Garrison on this.
To use that as a basis to call someone a repeat offender is stupid.
Wait, Kinetic, wait. You did it during a period when you weren't supposed to be doing that, and then you did it during whatever the crisis was. You did it during. We had to get to that, and then you get to the text messages. It's not about the fact that he deleted the text. The fact that there's nothing in the text messages. I don't think there's anything in the text that could actually like.
There wasn't.
And
I don't see the problem.
Deleted them, dude. You can't.
But it doesn't matter because if you ask for them, whether I deleted them or not, if I give them to you, that doesn't matter that I deleted them. What matters is that you asked for them. I got them to you. I gave them to you, and there was nothing in them.
Kinetic, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, I do.
Kinetic, listen.
If I ask you to give me something, I don't give a shit what you did with it before I ask you to give it to me. If you give it to me, then it's cool.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. He didn't give the text to them.
He did.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. They had to recover it.
Okay, but he gave them the thing so that they could recover it, and then he gave it to them willingly.
That's the point.
He didn't delete them to hide them from them. And when they asked for them, he cooperated to get them to them.
Can I interject for a second because I feel like we're kind of going a little bit afield here. So it sounds like all of us, including Garrison, agree. we all agree that Connor Stalions did something wrong and should be punished. That there's not a fundamental that there's not a fundamental advantage given by the scheme because it can be done legally. That Sharon Moore did something bad.
I disagree with that part.
I don't know if Sharon Moore did anything bad, but I do. But look, here's the reality, and not to cut you off, Wolverine Casual, because Sharon Moore got tangled up in the first issue with the NCAA, that makes him an offender. And because he's now in another one, Whether
But
we
it's
agree
so
or not,
trivial, dude.
Kinetic, we agree, but at the end of the day, he is a repeat offender. That makes
I
it
agree.
That's the dumbest.
I actually agree with
That's
But
the
it is,
dumbest
Kinetic,
application of the repeat
Kinetic, now
offender
you're
ever.
arguing. But Kinetic, you are arguing something that is a legitimate thing.
I understand that. I'm just saying it's fucking stupid.
Like, I don't think someone should be in jail
That's
for
not
10 years for
can-
selling weed in California, but they fucking are, dog.
I understand that that's what they're labeling him. I also understand the NCAA is an arrogant organization that thinks that they have subpoena power and should be treated as the end all be all authority, like they're the fucking federal government. And that
Do you think,
and
you think your program?
so them getting mad at him, and calling him a repeat offender over something so trivial. Get out of here with that, man.
Kinetic, it's not, it's not about it being trivial, man. It's not about it. It's not about that. It's the fact that he did it, bro. Like I can go walk across the street right now and jaywalk. As stupid and trivial as it may be for a cop to pull me over, to stop me, guess what, bro? Guess what? Like it's not about whether it's trivial.
Correct. And in that scenario, if you jaywalked and you got punished for it, fine, you got punished for it. But you know what? If someone then tried to call you a delinquent criminal because you jaywalked, I'd tell them to fuck off because that's a stupid reason to call you.
Wait. So you're mad because they're calling him a repeat offender?
I think it's a stupid, trivial reason to call him a repeat offender.
TJ, can you please tell me what Teron Moore is or what someone is in the NCAA when you break one rule and then you break another one? What do you call it?
And just like you're considered a criminal if you break a law, and if you jaywalk, you're breaking a law. I'm sorry, that's not the same thing as a criminal.
Dude, it's just, you're getting hung up on words right now, bro.
You're getting hung up on words. I'm saying that it's trivial. You're like, oh, it's not. It doesn't matter that it's trivial.
We're gonna move on. Garrison, I appreciate.
Now, by the way, I do have a question. Who was that kid? The highlights you were just showing.
The kid who what's in my show?
No,
was that the Savion Hyder?
The last highlights you just showed.
Well, the very last one was Leo Delaney. The one before that was Well, he's the offensive lineman. The one before that was Travis Johnson, though.
No, Leo Delaney. Is he 2026?
Yeah, he's a top 100. He's currently Michigan's in a good position with him. He goes to Providence Day. So, North Carolina, Chip Lindsey has ties in North Carolina. Michigan's actually in a great position. I have this in Tuesd's update, but I'll share it here.
I'm gonna shoot a text over, not a text. I'm gonna shoot a tweet over to JD Vance and Vivek Ramaswamy and see what we can do to get him to Ohio State. All right.
You're gonna get him, dog.
All right, my guy.
All right, Garrison. Hey, I appreciate it.
Kinetic, TJ, they shut me up. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Hey, Garrison, and I just want to reiterate again, guys. There's no hate between me and Garrison. We both love our teams. We get passionate. We might disagree, have different opinions. I have nothing but respect and love for Garrison.
Oh, it would be much worse if we were on a phone call.
Garrison, I'll ask you one last question before you go. First of all, thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
You've mentioned what you think the NCAA is going to do. What do you think the NCAA should do? What do you think is the correct punishment?
Good question.
Send Godzilla to Ann Arbor. No, but leave Zingerman's. But
that's true.
I think that. I mean, if it was up to me, dude, you hit him with a fine, a hefty one, but not the greatest of all time. I think you take away over a span of this went on for 3 years. For the next 3 years, you take away 9 scholarships, so 3 each year, and then
okay.
You don't think wins should be vacated?
Let me ask you a question real quick about the thing that you guys both said earlier. You said that Sharon Moore would get suspended. Do you think that Michigan would not argue that the 3 games that their head coach Jim Harbaugh served during the season would at least be subtracted from whatever they wanted to suspend the current head coach for the same issue?
You know what I think they're gonna do, Kinetic? I think they're gonna go for fucking 6, bro.
Yeah, I think.
But what I'm saying is, if they say 6, Michigan isn't going to come back and say, "Well, our head coach served 3 already, so let's make it 3 for the head coach right now."
I'm Ward Manuel. If I'm Ward Manuel, tomorrow morning, I'm giving him 4 games. Tomorrow morning. I think out of all this, because the only reason, by the way,
I'll tell you why I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
in the first 4 weeks, we got road games with Oklahoma and Nebraska. I'm not doing that.
I feel you. But I mean, like, the only way I think you guys get like actually hit with a hammer is if they actually go all the stuff that they're talking about with counter Stalions. They can connect the tickets and everything. I don't know if that's going to happen. No, I don't think that's going to happen.
But do you think that they should vacate games?
Yeah, I mean, if they can find out that, like, if they can find like the tickets matching the people that went to get, like, bro, we're talking 52 tickets, but we're like, if they can match it, then yeah. But outside of that, I don't even care to have.
It's not going to be vacated games because there were no ineligible players. Every time that they've vacated games in the past, it's been because there were ineligible players that played in those games. So, and
even fundamentally, once again, like in my mind, it would be easy to vacate games if there was a competitive advantage.
Right.
There's not. It's a procedural advantage.
All right, Garrison. We're gonna get to our next caller.
And I guess Wolverine casual. That's kind of my point when I say that I don't consider it cheating, because there was no advantage. There were no ineligible players. There was nothing that affected the game.
It was more convenient.
Right.
All right. Hey, is West Quad even still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm glad Garrison
checked in
from Copacabana over there. He's still coping with that loss. Look, we pre-suspended, like, this whole thing is absurd to me, because Jim Harbaugh got suspended twice last year for that, and we've had coaches do far worse things than never served a suspension. What are we fucking doing here, bro? Like, I don't even want to. I'm so
I think it's
over
crazy.
it.
I'm just what I think is going to happen. Marmar, what up, brother?
What up, though?
What up, Marmar?
Hey, you got to turn TV down so I don't get copyright, my man.
I was just watching my crime shows.
I hear you.
Yeah. What up, though?
So what up, man? How you doing? You working late today, huh?
Yeah, man. We had like almost 15,000 cases today.
Shit, bro. Fair enough.
I'm gonna hop up because I just wanted to bother Garrison. Thanks so much for having me.
And yeah, no problem, Wolverine Casual. Appreciate you.
Wolverine Casual.
Hey, honestly, man, you did really good with the whole debate tonight. We appreciate you, bro.
Oh yeah, no, thank you. It was fun. All right, bye, guys.
All right, go blue, friend. All right.
What up, though, West Quad and Kinetic?
What up, though?
What's up, bro?
Hey, listen. I listen. All this speculating and assuming and acting like lawyers, prosecutors, and attorneys up here. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know.
I don't know about you, but I do know. Come on now. I know everything.
I guess. I'm just saying, like, what's going behind the scenes. Like, we are not working on the Michigan side, and we're not working on the NCAA side. So we don't know. I can speculate all day, but I could be wrong too.
Yeah.
Because when the outcome come out and say, hey, well, because this is how it's looking. They're gonna drag it out until the NCAA is abolished. Because if I was in Michigan, I would. And I would keep doing that. But like I said,
I don't know if y'all saw it, the update with what they met with this last week. It's in the works. Did y'all see that?
What, the NCAA splitting off?
No, let me find it. Keep going with this other stuff. I'll find it and I'll let you know.
I got you. So basically what I'm saying, like, we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know if we're gonna get penalized or we don't know if we are gonna get penalized. We can speculate. We don't know if Sharon gonna get suspended or anything. We don't know. And it gets frustrating to the point to where, people are going back and forth with it, and nobody has no idea what they're talking about because the outcome haven't came out yet. So
I hear
that's all I'm saying.
I hear you, man. But like, it's a call-in show. We're gonna debate this shit. Like,
so I get what you're saying.
Speculate. We're speculating if Underwood's gonna start week one.
So the bills are already starting in the.
So the type of person I am is I wait and see what the outcome is. Just like when I go to the first game and who runs out there on the field and huddle up in the first huddle, and then they break, and then you be like, oh, that's the starting quarterback. That's the type of guy I am.
If we did no speculation and waited till we saw it before we talk about it, we wouldn't have a show until the start of the season.
I understand that. I'm just a realist, bro.
So real quick, this is what I was talking about. So they've already started the wheels working, And it actually started before this when the SEC and Big Ten met in Nashville a couple months ago. But
I know what you're talking about, the combined thing.
But yeah, so this was posted by Ross Dellinger on today, earlier today. So from Yahoo Sports, this is a couple different posts. So I'm going to read through them. So power conferences this week took steps in creating a new entity to govern college sports. Rev share system. Sources tell the entity overseen by a CEO is built around an enforcement arm to police cap violators, phony NIL deals, and tamperers. In an unannounced House transition team, kept mostly secret, select Power 4 ADs met in D.C. this week to establish this new enforcement entity, including reps from Ohio State, Clemson, Texas A&M, Kentucky, Washington, Cincinnati, Arizona, Georgia Tech, and others. More than 50,000 athletes filed claims for back damages in the House case. Attorney Jeff Kessler tells Yahoo Sports there are less than 400 opt-outs, making it clear the overwhelming majority of class members support the settlement. So these are all different things that they met about this last week, and this is the start of trivializing and getting rid of the NCAA's power one piece at a time.
To that point, Kinetic, I think it's very possible that if let's say this goes to court, Michigan stretches this out a few years, NCAA is fucking gone anyways.
Absolutely.
Very well
Motion to delay.
All day. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Michigan's lawyers, they're not backing down, bro. It's just not happening. I fully anticipate after this
It's a game of chicken, dude, because the NCAA doesn't want it to go to this court because it's going to hurt them even more because as soon as it becomes a trial, as soon as they're setting a trial date, they have to turn over discovery, and then that's going to have all of the records of their sources, of where they got their information,
and
of internal communication regarding all of this, and they don't want the internal communication regarding Jim Harbaugh and Michigan coming out. They don't want the internal communication of who they got their stuff from coming out. What's up?
Hey, and guess whose name gonna be on that discovery? Garrison.
It's gonna be Brohio. Hey, has anyone ever seen Garrison and Brohio in the same room?
No, I seen Garrison on Degrassi. His new name is Aubrey.
That's funny because I seen him on All American.
I seen him on Degrassi before his name was Drake.
Jordan Baker.
No, I'm playing. He was born in Toronto. Don't let him fool you.
Now I'm gonna lie, bro. I'm kind of over this. Like I'm at a wait and see at this point. I'm just because they suspended him twice in one season, bro. Like we pre-suspended him, but still, it's like I'm over it. Let's get it. Bring out the evidence. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and the NCAA doesn't want it to go to trial. They're gonna try to get a settlement. Michigan's gonna try to delay. They're playing a game of chicken because Michigan's ready to go to court.
All right.
Yeah, they ready. And I heard Sam Webb say this. He said, and the dude Ira he do the show with, he said this. He said the first thing they gonna open when they open up the court, when they walk into court, the judge is gonna say, "What rule did they break?" That's what they're gonna say. What rule did they break? Because
they're going to argue the wording of the rule.
All right, let me show you. I'll pull it up. Keep going. I'll pull it up. Shout out to Ryan Hall.
Hey, TJ, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm gonna show you something right here. So check this out.
Okay.
So Ryan Hall.
How you doing? Hold on. How you doing, Kinetic? You okay? You feeling good? Your back okay?
It's all right. I mean,
all right.
For a quick update, I put this on the GoFundMe page too for an update. I had an MRI on my back last week. They found severe spinal canal stenosis in my lower back, which is effectively the same thing I have in my neck. So it's going to require the spinal fusion in my neck and in my back is 2 separate surgeries, which is what I was expecting. I saw my orthopedic surgeon. I do have to have surgery on both heels at some point. And I follow up with him here shortly to sort of have a roadmap of what surgeries to do first in what order. I'm still waiting for the disability decision to come through. That's still going to take probably 2 months before the initial decision. And if that's not an approval, then it'll be appealed, and that could be another 6 months or more. And as far as my mother, I took her for her PET scans for cancer on Monday. She went to see her doctor today. they said that she's not. I mean, you can't go into remission if you have stage 4 colon cancer, which is what she's got, or she's got that and lung cancer. But they said that it doesn't look any worse than it was before, so she's doing good for the most part. And I take
That's
her back
good.
tomorrow
Praise God.
I take her back tomorrow morning to get her Keytruda appointment.
Hey, Kinetic.
Keytruda.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. I'm a dick.
No, you're good. You're good.
Throw your GoFundMe link in the chat. The people.
Yeah,
want
I got you.
it.
I got you. And then I go to my primary care next Monday, and then I follow up with my ortho surgeon again week after that.
Hey, when it's all over, the whole house gonna be healthy. Period.
I hope
Let's
so.
go. Hey man, you gotta keep the faith, big dog.
All right, so
stay positive.
Yeah, we're here for you, Kinetic. You know that. All right, so let me just follow up with Ryan. Ryan sent us.
Hey, when I meet you, hold on, Kinetic. When I see you at the spring game, I'm gonna give you a big old Mar hug. You feel me?
I got you, bro.
Yeah, you already know. And then I'm gonna buy you some nachos. All right, bet.
What if you want? What if you doesn't like nachos, Mama?
All right, I'll give you some buddy pizza, y'all. $15 small ass box buddy pizza.
Hey, if you're gonna
at
spend
the
$15,
stadium.
just give me an order of hot wings. I'll always go with hot wings.
I want to know what's the difference between a bar hug and a regular hug.
Yeah, we throw the, hey, listen, I throw the hand out. He throw his hand out, and then I'll pull him. He's like, yeah, you know, like a thug hug. You know what I'm saying? One of them hugs, you feel me?
All right, so let's take a look at what our boy Ryan sent us. The NCAA rule is against using the electric equipment to record an opponent, but it doesn't explicitly prohibit sign stealing. Let's see, in-person scouting. The NCAA prohibits in-person scouting future opponents within the same season. This rule applies to institutional staff members, but not independent spectators or fans. And that's where the gray area is, guys. And that's what U of M is fighting, because it's friends and family, who are fans. They are not staff members. And that is what they're fighting.
But the thing is that's how the NCAA interprets it. Obviously, they wrote it, and that they're saying that's how they intended it. But if you were just a person that was reading the rule, if you're being honest, you can see how Connor could read that rule and interpret that, well, if I buy tickets for family or friends and they go, they're not staff members, so that's not they're not being paid by the school, and so what they get is it's not breaking the rule. The contention is does buying them the tickets and sending them with with like paying for their travel, does that constitute payment for the service, which would then make them part of the staff? That's what the NCAA is going to try to argue.
No, that's crazy. Well, fuck that, because if they're not, I mean, how can you argue someone's a part of the staff if they're not?
Listen, hey, TJ and Kinetic, aren't these resale tickets on like Vivid Seats and StubHub?
So the only way that they could tie that, is they would have to find a paper trail that shows that the school bought the tickets for them and not Connor. If it came out of Connor's personal accounts or out of his pocket, then it, in my opinion, and I'm not a lawyer, that doesn't make them employees. If the school paid for it,
correct.
And not only
he sold his house, the school pays them, which they don't.
He sold his house that his grandma gave him, made 1.9 off of it, and he used his money. He used his own money.
Yeah. So, hey, Keegan, how you doing, man?
What up, Keegan?
Keegan,
unmute yourself. Keegan, unmute yourself.
I'm here.
How we doing,
All right,
Keegan?
there you go.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm really happy for our OSU friends. They locked Ryan Day in for $87.5 million for 7 years. So like that's a golf clap. We gotta give respect for our Ohio State friends.
Yeah, giving us that easy victory every year. We appreciate it.
It's really funny to me how it happened right after National Signing Day. I'm wondering what went on behind the scenes with that, why it was designated that day. because it had to be orchestrated. But yeah, man, it couldn't be better for Michigan, because like with the Natty, yeah, they won it, whatever. But like in the long run, I think it helps us because Ryan Day has a Michigan problem. So I'm happy that he's their coach for 7 years, and it's I do kind of wonder if he pushed Chip Kelly out because he couldn't beat Michigan. So, and I think Hartline, to be fair to OSU fans, I think Hartline was the right guy. They got to give him a shot. So yeah, that's where I'm at on all that.
Yeah,
He
I don't
might have.
think they. I would just say I don't think they pushed Chip Kelly out. I mean, they won a natty with him.
But they
I
probably
agree with
weren't
you.
paying him what he wanted to stay.
Nah, dude, you get an opportunity to go to the NFL. You can go to the NFL, bro. I mean, it's
Right,
just-
but I'm saying like he probably went to them and said, "Okay, what's your offer for me to stay?"
isn't
And
Chip,
what they offered is not going to be anywhere close to what he's getting with the Raiders.
bro? Isn't Chip Kelly paid like the fucking most? Let me see this.
Well, yeah,
I don't know what
he's
we're
getting paid
doing,
like
getting
$6 million a
hip-hop
year, I
fans.
think, and with the
Yeah.
Raiders, the Ohio State wasn't going to pay that to him to stay.
6.5 or something like that.
He's the highest paid offensive coordinator. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Game over. Highest paid offensive coordinator in the NFL, which is crazy, by the way. That's
Right.
an overpay. But
Like it
yeah,
didn't matter
I mean,
for
he was
us and
gone
Jim.
regardless. It didn't even matter.
Jim wanted the NFL, bro. He didn't get we couldn't keep him no matter what. Like he wants a Super Bowl win. He got his college
I don't know.
football win.
You know, West Quad, regarding Jim Harbaugh, I don't fully buy into that argument. And the reason why I don't fully buy, I think if you gave him Nick Saban treatment and he had full backing his entire time here, I don't know if he leaves like
fair
that.
enough. But he was never gonna get full. I mean,
I agree with that. He wasn't. You're
Yeah,
right.
he's never gonna get that.
And he also he didn't get along with Ward, so
Right.
it is what it is, though. It is what it is.
So I'm curious why they gave Ryan Day 7 years. That seems like
that's
a
a
lot.
recruiting thing. Yeah, that's a recruiting thing, though. Like, so essentially, you
Right.
show what, Keegan?
Yeah, I do. I think that's right too. It shows stability, but why did they show
Right.
stability the day after recruiting day? And why is it 7 years? Like they were ready to drag Ryan Day out
I know.
after the Michigan loss, like
Because he won a
month
natty,
ago.
and because he won a natty, recruiting's still great. And if you do show stability in the program, I mean, like if you have less than 2 years on your contract, then you start getting negatively recruited. Now, obviously, 7's a far cry from 2, but like at the end of the day, let's be honest. I mean, if we look at Ohio State, what can you negatively recruit Ohio State about?
Us.
Okay, that's it. That's
the
it. But that's not
problem
much. I
is-
mean, to be honest, that's not much, guys. Like that's not going to deter a kid. They got the money. They have a winning prestige. They are a blue blood. They have just come off a natty. They pump players into the NFL. Like Ohio State has everything you would need to be an elite premium recruiting destination. Now the coach is locked up, and that's why they did that.
Yeah, but you can't really fire him for 5 years. So, which is fine, but like,
Yeah, I haven't looked at the
What-
buyouts.
The buyout was
Yeah.
already prohibitive before they extended him.
so you got buyout,
Yeah, well,
and then there's
well-
there like, go ahead, TJ.
I was gonna say, well, good for us though if he's locked in for 5 years. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, like I do not feel under Ryan Day. Here's what I believe: under Ryan Day, they're still an elite team. But here's the weakness to Ohio State, and I know we got Dr. Buckeye waiting in the wings to talk to us, but they have a trench problem, and Michigan dominates the trenches, and now they have a trench problem when it comes to us. So let me just clarify. And then Texas gave them a hell of a fight as well. But like at the end of the day, I'm not confident their offensive line development is going to be fantastic under Ryan Day, and I'm not confident their defensive line development is going to be elite under Ryan Day. Because if you look at the defensive line development the last couple of years, it's regressed, and if you look at the offensive line development, there's been holes. So that's where I think Michigan can capitalize. Because if you look at what Michigan's doing in recruiting, a lot of their NIL resources are going to those trenches. So that gives us our best. And plus, we have a defensive scheme that frustrates the hell out of them. So, I feel confident that we're going to, and they just lost Jim Knowles. I mean, they lost a lot. Now, granted, Ryan Day is going to still he's still going to call the shots offensively. And essentially, Heartline's going to be essentially like an apprentice. He's going to be an apprentice. But, and who did they sign? I can't remember. Who did they sign to be their defensive coordinator? Does anyone remember?
I don't remember the defensive coordinator. I know they signed the OC from Virginia Tech to be their O-line.
I know that was actually a solid move, man. I'll give him that. That was a good move. But we'll see. How about this? Let's pull up B-Dub because Keegan, we're at our 5 minutes. We'll keep up
TJ,
here,
is it Randy Bates?
Is that who their defensive coordinator is? Randy Bates?
Did they get him from Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
I think I remember that now.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
His defense was bad.
Let's see. So he's been the Pittsburgh defensive coordinator since 2018. Let's look at some rankings on Randy Bates. But Aaron, let's pull up B-Dub because we only have 25 minutes left in the show, and we have 3 more callers we got to get to. So we'll pull B-Dub up, and then Dr. Buckeyes will be up after that, and then we have Burks coming up after that. What up, B-Dub?
What up? You want to debate if R. Kelly should be in jail?
Who should be in jail?
R. Kelly. Should we debate that too?
Hey, man.
I don't think you're gonna get anybody arguing the other way around.
Innocent man, bro.
He shouldn't. Hey, everybody else should be too. Then
I just want to say one thing. Totally off topic about the R. Kelly thing. Don't you find it weird that he dressed all the girls like boys? Isn't that weird?
Look,
did he?
Just put R. Kelly and Diddy in the same sentence.
Bro, I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest with you.
He did. It was
That'd be
very
weird,
weird.
though.
It was very
That's fucking
weird.
real weird.
That's just a weird fact. That was very
You just weirded out this whole conversation.
I don't know what
I
it is.
I had to, dude, because this shit was so.
Well, hey, you
funny.
the next place to go from that conversation is Penn State.
Oh wow.
Penn State. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh Jesus, that's nuts. That's what I'm talking about. Kinetic. Okay. No,
that's why Jim Knowles went there.
Oh, no, I had a. Well, first of all, I would personally like the tight end from North Carolina, the number 1 tight end on 3, the Harrison guy. He's like 6'7", 240. His name's Kendra Harrison.
Kendra Harrison.
But he early committed to Oregon, but I really don't give a shit. I would if I was to choose like 2 people to spend Joe Lynn's money.
The Oregon Trail.
Bro, he's not leaving Oregon.
That used to be a good computer game. The boy know what I'm talking about.
Hey, since everyone being quiet for a second, I just want to tell everyone real quick. Anyone that's got Netflix, go on Netflix, watch Heels, and give it 2 thumbs up so that Netflix restarts that show and gives us more seasons.
What's it called? Heels?
Stephen Amell is great.
Oh, wrestling.
We need more. Yeah, we need more of this show.
But you can't. If you want Suits LA, we can't get Heels and Suits.
No. He's already been on all kinds of podcasts and talk shows. He said, "I'll find a way to do it." He wants people to get this
Heels
going.
is an outstanding show, bro.
Yeah, go on there, watch it, rewatch it, have it playing in the background so that Netflix gets the analytics of it, that people are watching it and putting thumbs up because they will. They have left it open that they could order more seasons of it. And Stephen Amell has gone on when he was doing the Suits LA tour, like media tour. He's telling people watch Heels. They could order more, and I'll make it work.
So you're saying this is a fire ass show?
Hell yeah.
I concur.
Good?
Hell yeah. Stephen Amell is an amazing actor, and that show is incredible. If you've ever in your life been a pro wrestling fan, you will like this show.
Yo,
all right, I'm gonna check it out.
Job on
Wait, this is on Stars, bro.
No. It was on Stars, and they had 2 seasons, but it was the right show on the wrong platform.
Oh yeah, Stars.
So they canceled it after 2 seasons. They canceled it after 2 seasons, and then Netflix picked it up. And Netflix has left it open that they could restart the show if there's enough of a response to it.
Okay.
And it's 2 seasons, but it's 2 seasons, but it's really just 1 season because it goes in order. Dude, I fucking love the show, and I love Stephen Amell. So
I'm saying once you get you put it out there, you should be a sponsor for it. They're gonna give you some money, bro.
I wish.
You want to get them
I wish. Hey, that
Netflix
show, I
kills
love that
shows,
show.
dude. Netflix kills
Hey,
shows
let me
after
ask
3
y'all a
seasons.
question. I ain't trying to rattle some feathers, but it still bothers me to this day. TJ Duckett didn't score.
That was random. Hey, you want to know what's funny? Hey, guess who who was around when TJ Duckett who was being recruited by Michigan?
You?
Bro, you sometimes like why is bro even wasting an official? He's not coming here, bro. I
Bro, they
knew
just want to
it
go
the
on the
whole
trip, bro.
time.
They just want to get the trip. And some of these kids go on officials to get paid.
Yeah, fair. Hey, well, yeah, especially nowadays. But back
Yeah,
then,
nowadays.
it was just
I thought the
just
kids
wait.
went on the official visits to get hookers and cocaine.
Hey, that's the only game I can't get over.
Yeah, Westbrook, we got to hear some stories, bro.
Hey,
Hey,
listen.
Not here
TJ
though.
Hey, these are
and
not.
West.
Not
Hey,
here though.
none of my
Let us
stories
hear
are
about these
PC,
visit
bro.
care packages, man. Come on.
Hey,
Hey, they're
TJ
not
and
PC
West and
enough for this.
Kinetic.
These are Avengers stories. So
Yeah, we'll have it
I
on the
still
Avengers
can't
show.
get over that Michigan State Michigan game. They cheated us. That I remember that like yesterday,
you talk
bro.
about
That's the
Spartan
only
Bob,
game.
the timekeeper.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
That was
that was
crazy.
it was terrible. Who's
Hey,
who's their quarterback? Jeff Smoker?
Yeah, Smoker.
Snort green. I mean, wait, smoke green, snort white.
all right, let's beat up. Give us your final thoughts here, man. We gotta get our next caller.
No, I had a question.
Go for it.
If you like for the 26th class, who I don't know if it's like one or two people that maybe Jolin might want to get or something. Like who would you want to try to
Cantwell.
like find two top tier
All right, if I could pick
positions?
two,
Cantwell, CJ Sadler, and the other guy, Dakota.
not CJ Sadler, because we're gonna get CJ Sadler. I feel good
Well,
about that.
well, no,
You're
but
talking
what's
about
the other
Chris
guy?
Henry?
No,
Chris
what's
Henry
the
Jr.?
no? What's the other wide receiver? Garenti or the
2027 though. Dakota Garant or
I thought
Guerrero.
yeah, I thought he was 26.
No,
That's
he's
a
27.
wrong name.
Oh well, never mind. Ignore me then.
Yeah, so no, CJ's. We don't need Queen Jolin for CJ Sadler, but so for Cantwell, who I believe the Ellisons are on that actually, and then the other one from you would be Chris Henry from Ohio State.
Oh shit!
And
That's
just so you know,
that's deep rooted.
and I don't know if they are on Chris Henry or not, but what I do know is Michigan is they are working on him. I know that.
Did you see
Now,
that we offered?
Did
you see we offered? What's his name's son? I think it was LeVar Arrington's son.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
he's not a PSU lock.
I don't know. I just saw that we offered him.
You never know.
Yeah.
But
we also apparently have an inroad to a quarterback in Ohio that went to school with Jordan Marshall, and they're like best friends or some.
Oh
shit.
yeah, I saw that.
And he played baseball.
Yeah, I guess Jordan Marshall talks to him every day. He's been recruiting him to Michigan for a while, and he just got an offer.
Ain't he like a 3-star? But he's severely underrated.
No, was he? Is he a 3-star? I thought he was a 4-star. Let me look. Hold on.
He got like a crazy arm, right? I think that's who it is.
Yeah, hold on.
Hey, TJ, did you read the On3 thing about Michigan being the top dog?
NIL?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that. I also saw the interview.
It says he's a 3-star on 247, but he says a 4-star on 247 composite.
What's his name? Give me his name. I'll put his huddle tape up.
Matt Ponatoski.
Shit, spell Ponatoski.
So TJ, I just asked you about that.
Ponatoski.
What was that? Did you read further into it?
Well, I mean, look, I read the article, but I saw also where Steve Wilfong said that. I watched that. Dude, this motherfucker have a 247. What the hell?
Yeah, he does. I'm looking at it here. I'll send you a DM.
Yeah, link it.
I thought Keegan was froze until he blinked.
But look, man, we talked about this in October, November. Michigan has like a top 5 NIL, man. We've like they are top 5 in NIL. It's just, and as we found out tonight, Michigan's recruiting class is actually 5th in the nation. So, I mean, it lines up, it tracks. You know, I think Michigan.
They said they would do the On3 say top.
Top 5 is top, though, man. I mean, I think when you're talking about the
top, about like number
Oregon,
one
Ohio
though.
State,
Like what?
I don't think we're number one.
Bro,
I think Oregon's one, quite honestly.
Why is it not letting me link it to you?
Phil Knight's.
Man, we got more money than Nike, bro.
We do, but I mean, how much money? But how much accessible funds do we have? Because Phil Knight has an open checkbook. The Ellisons do not have an open checkbook. They have a lot of money though, and they're willing.
Hey, listen, he will have an open checkbook after what we know.
Yeah, he might. He might.
Bro, what the?
In 2 years, that checkbook gonna open up real time. Because if that man making what 16 billion in one day, stop playing.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
That's crazy,
All right,
bro. Just
all right,
imagine if
B-Dub,
we was
It
making
won't let me
16 in
send you the
one
link,
day.
TJ. Every time I try to paste the link, it just puts his
just
name
send
and
me his
stuff in
name.
there.
Send me his
Yeah,
name in the
I
private.
sent it to you. I sent it to you.
Yo, yes. Well, you could
I
have
just
private chat.
okay.
Oh, I got it. We're good.
Yeah.
All right. All right. How about this? B-Dub, I'm gonna pull you down. We're gonna get to Dr. Buckeye. All right.
Okay.
Hey,
All right,
but
B-Dub.
this kid's just like Jordan Marshall's Gatorade Player of the Year, I think, in Ohio.
All right.
Hey,
So here's the
Kinetic,
deal. Hey, here's the
Kinetic,
deal.
eat
Hey,
him up.
hold up. All right. Here's the deal.
Okay, get your thinking cap on and get ready for Dr.
All right.
Buckeye, and you torch this man.
All right. So here's the deal. Before I bring him up,
Ooh.
here's the rules. Do not talk over each other.
Hey,
If
hey,
anyone
I'm
does,
about to
just pull
get
you
off
down.
here,
As
man,
long
because
as he follows the golden rule about not being on some
I'll pull you
BS.
down. I'll pull you up after. All right. Is that
As long
cool?
as he doesn't come on here being on
I'm
some
good.
BS
Just
talking
call
about
me.
hammers
Hey,
and
just
cheeseburgers, we're good.
TJ, when you done with the show, just call me. Just call me, because
Yeah,
I
I'll
do
hit you.
not want to. I do not want to hear
All right.
Dr.
All right.
Evil's mini me twin looking mouth.
All right, Mama. All right, Mama. All
All
right.
Hey,
right.
Go blue. Go blue.
Dr. Buckeye, before you come on here, no hammers, no cheeseburgers. No, the cheating
All right.
narrative is dead.
Chill. Just chill. Let him listen. He's gonna come on here, but I swear, here's the rules. It's a debate. You let him speak his points. Don't talk over him.
Right,
And
but
this goes both
we ain't
ways.
talking about a debate and cheating.
And we appreciate. Hey, listen, we appreciate perspective. So here's Dr. Buckeye. How we doing, Dr. Buckeye?
I'm doing well. Here to represent the 2024 national champion, Ohio State Buckeyes, and talk to, one of my favorite fan bases here. Always a pleasure to be on board with you guys. I did, by the way, TJ, have you informed them, and this is a fact, TJ did say last week you guys are going to get the biggest fine in the history of the NCAA. He did say that. Those are your words, TJ. Those aren't my words.
I think we'll be
Garrison, you can't accuse me of saying anything wrong because those are his words. Those aren't mine. But I digress.
I actually would put money that it will be the largest fine in NCAA history.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so too. I believe that's also partly because they're not going to be able to hit us like what a lot of people expect them to. Like people are saying vacated wins, all this other stuff. And I think a lot of what people are expecting they can't do. So they're going to make the fine that bigger because of that.
Okay.
It'll be about 10 million or more.
Innocent people get the biggest fines in the history of the NCAA. Is that the way that works? Or,
people that the NCAA want to hit with stuff for being petty, that they get the biggest fine.
Okay. I see how that works.
If you're willing to let the NCAA have subpoena power and treat them like they're Congress, then you don't get hit as hard.
Second question. How is an innocent man that's not breaking NCAA rules forced to resign? And by the way, those were TJ's words last week, that the Stallion was forced to resign. The Connor Stallion was forced to resign.
He was fired.
Yeah. He was fired.
He stepped away from the team.
Well, but he was told that you're going to be fired.
Okay.
Him and like two other guys.
Okay, right. Because I worked in corporate America, and either you're forced to resign or you're fired. It's one of the two. And it happens to people. And by the way, TJ, I thought you said he was forced to resign. He wasn't fired.
I think he was forced to resign. Wasn't that correct?
I mean, come on now. If someone comes to you and says, "Hey, we're going to fire you, but if you want to resign, we'll let you do that."
That's how it was. He stepped away.
That's basically forced resignation.
Didn't they suspend him while the investigation was going on, and then he stepped away?
Yeah, and they also did that to two other people too. I don't know who they are. They were staffers.
Okay. I didn't know if that was also a sign of innocence, that he wasn't breaking any NCAA rules, that he was either forced to resign or fired.
No, it's a sign of breaking in a financial rule and not cheating.
Okay.
Let me say this, Dr. Buckeye. I don't think. Well, I don't know. Maybe Kinetic feels differently.
Probably.
I don't think myself or a lot of others thinking no rules were broken, or like there shouldn't be some punishment.
No, I'm
it's
not
the
saying that at all.
extent of the punishment that's the issues.
Okay.
You know,
but,
I go on.
No, I was just going to say, because early on, like in the fall of 23, it went from "there's nothing to see here" to he was a lone wolfer and the head coach didn't know what he was doing.
Okay, so let me add a little context there, because that's taken out of context and used as this like talking point. It was
That didn't happen.
it was nothing to see here because it wasn't something that provided an advantage. It wasn't cheating. It was a big nothing burger that was born out of, as I've said many times tonight, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, out of pettiness that the NCAA wanted Jim Harbaugh out of college football, and they were going to find a way to do it. That's why they did the whole cheeseburger thing and went so hard at him there. That's why they said, oh, well, you guys are being so uncooperative and use that as an excuse because because we wouldn't turn over 30 years of phone records and stuff. It was the NCAA had a vendetta and they were blowing stuff way out of proportion. That's where it's a nothing. There's nothing to see here. The lone wolf thing, still to this day, the NCAA or anybody has shown any evidence or proof whatsoever that any of the coaches were involved in it. And if that evidence comes out, then that changes. But as of right now, the only people that were involved in this, that there's been any evidence or facts given for it, is Connor Stalions and the people that he sent to the games.
Okay.
There's not been one piece of evidence tying anybody else to it.
Okay. To the 2022 game in Columbus, when he was telling Moore and he was telling Mentor the plays and telling him what was going to go on, what he was doing there, you're saying Moore and Mentor, even though he was telling him what was going on, Moore and Mentor didn't know the way he was obtaining that information and didn't know that the way he was obtaining that information might be against NCAA rules.
I believe that his job was to decipher and interpret signals and to relay that information, and that when that information was relayed, they looked at it. He was doing his job. I don't believe that they knew how he was going about it, and I don't think they thought that hard about it because that's his job. If you give somebody a job to do a specific task and they're doing what you tasked them with, you're not really looking at them like they're doing something wrong.
Okay, but they'd worked on other programs that have advanced scouting, that have scouts that go to games, that have people that dissect films, and they knew that the way he was getting information was different than other programs were doing.
They didn't know the way he was doing it. What they knew, that you've seen him and you've seen the documentary, you've seen his interviews.
I've seen parts of it.
You can tell that he's more dialed in than probably your average staffer that's on other staffs to decipher signals. And I mean, he's got all this stuff laid out. All I don't know what you'd call it, but how he had all the stuff on his computer. He had everything organized in a way that most other people that have done that job don't do. In the documentary, he pointed out how they gave him what was the example he used? They gave him the assignment, something to do with weather reports at a stadium and the wind and stuff. And that he was like, well, what does that mean? What do you need me to do? And they were like, well, just figure it out. And he came in with a whole binder of all this information that he compiled about the wind strength in this stadium on that end, on all this stuff. And they were like, wow. So this was a guy that went above and beyond and did the job to a level that they probably hadn't seen on other staffs.
Okay. And then he built a database of every single sign and deciphered it, which is insane. Right. He spent if you look at the database he built, and this was before he had family members and friends record games. Before that, he built this database of every single sign and deciphered all of that. And then, so I think, and I told you this before, Dr.
He had a military intelligence background.
No, I knew about his military background. I knew he was in the service.
Elite, dedicated, the guy slept in his car, man, just to save an hour in his day.
Right.
So he's doing his job better than they would have seen from anyone else before. I think that if you know the guy, if you worked with him on a daily basis and you see his personality is like that, you're not going to be surprised that he's doing it more at a higher level than you've seen before.
Well, all I'm saying here is this, Garrison, is that if you worked at a I'm sorry. If my bad. I had the wrong name there. My bad. All I'm saying is this. Is that if you've worked at another program before and you've seen somebody that's done advanced scouting and has done this in the past, and you run into somebody that's obtaining information in a way that you've never seen before in your life, one would wonder if that person that's obtaining that information might be doing it in a wrong way. I would also hold on a second. I just want to add one other component to this, and I want to get to where he was getting the games, because he was getting the games. He was only making $55,000 a year, by the way. So that was his salary, if I'm not mistaken. Is that a lie, or is that the truth?
I don't.
I think it was something around there.
salary was.
Yeah, well, that was
It was lower
disclosed.
end.
That was disclosed.
No, I
That
just have a bad memory. I don't, especially with numbers. So.
Okay, you seem to be on top of it. I thought you already knew that. But that was his salary, and that's what he was getting paid. For a man that was getting paid that much, to be able to go to football games and to travel to football games and to cover those expenditures with travel, with tickets, with seats, with all of that, one would surmise that a $55,000 salary a year might not be able to cover those expenses.
So two things on that.
Go
I think
ahead.
your first point would hold weight without the context that I had just pointed out of who he is. I think if you just presented that to somebody with a name on the paper and they didn't know Connor, then you'd be like, well, that's kind of interesting that he's able to do it like that. But if you know the guy and you see how he like handles himself in the job, I don't think that that's a surprising thing that would raise any warning signs in your mind.
Like Dr. Booker, what's interesting to me is like your premise is like this guy was so elite, something had to be up. Like, isn't it possible someone like isn't it possible somebody's just like a freaking top performer and he's just,
I think when you've seen something you've never seen before, that also may raise a question, is what I'm saying.
I think it would without the context of who he is, though.
Okay.
His personality.
Look, I haven't weighed in yet. I think it's absolutely fucking sad in the state of Buckeye fans. It's turned into to see you in November to please hammer him, NCAA daddy. We can't beat them. Maybe you can. That's so
listen.
sad,
You
bro.
guys just got a show 4 years ago because you discovered you liked football. If we were living in 2020, we never would have heard from you because you guys wouldn't have had a show. You guys wouldn't have even been talking.
Dr. Bucket, can you reiterate the second point? Because again, my memory is.
I was talking about his salary and how it pertained to him covering his expenses for his travels, for the tickets. So
I'm not going to be able to answer that as detailed, but if you watch the documentary, I do remember him going into some form of explaining that there was some system that he had with other people that did this, like to be able to get tickets at like a ridiculously cheap rate.
Okay.
I don't remember what it
flash
was.
Seats or something, or
I don't remember. You'd have to watch the documentary, but he does actually explain that in part how he was able to afford it.
Okay. All right. Now, are we saying that there might have been a sugar daddy involved there, or no?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No, don't know.
Okay.
If I knew anything on that, I would honestly tell you.
Well, I'll say this: Dr. Walker, if there is a sugar daddy involved, do you not think the NCAA would know about it? And if the NCAA does know about it, don't you think that will come out?
Well,
already come out?
Well, TJ, you revealed a name to me last week that I hadn't heard of. It was who was the booster that you told me about? I hadn't heard of him.
Uncle T.
Yeah, but wasn't he? Okay, so I remember there was the accusation about him, and then for a short time he was removed from being from the champion circle, and
he was one of the founders of the champion circle.
Yeah, but he was temporarily removed, and didn't they investigate it? Is he still removed? Because I remember something because doesn't he still have some ties somehow and still involved? Not to champion circle, but
he's a booster.
Right.
Need to be
but what I'm saying is that wasn't there he was removed and then it was kind of suspended while they investigated it, and then they found that he wasn't connected to it, and so he was allowed to still continue to be a booster.
So his lawyers handled it, and apparently they didn't got on him. So he has said that if he has to fight it, he will.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm wondering, and if it does go to court, and I think it should, and I think I said this to you last week, TJ. I think everybody should come out, bring them all out. Let's hear from everybody.
I agree. Including we need to get Brohio subpoenaed.
By the way, I don't think it was Ryan Day's brother. By the way, that did this.
I just want to get him on call as a witness to get his mask off.
By the way,
just
I
wanna
say
know.
a whole. I
want-
think is
I want it to be an
smoking
episode of
something. It
Scooby-Doo.
wasn't Ryan Day's brother. By the way, can I say that?
I don't know who it was. I just wanted to be an episode of Scooby Doo. I want them to bring him up to the stand with the
Okay.
mask on and have him take it off on the stand.
If Jimmy, if Sharon, if Minner, if the whole crew can come up and say the information they got from this guy and why they never questioned how he got them the information and just tell all and spill their guts, I'd be interested to hear that. That I would want to hear. Because they were hush hush last year.
But here's the thing. So from a legal standpoint,
I'm willing to get it all out there.
From a legal standpoint, if you're Michigan and you know all that,
yeah.
If you know all of that and if it were damning evidence, why would you push so hard to take it to court? Because they are 100% full bore. We're like, we will take this to court and all the reports are Michigan wants it to go to court because they want stuff to come out, and the NCAA doesn't. So if Michigan knew that there was any damning evidence with any of the stuff that would come out in court, why would they pursue it?
Okay. I mean, you know what? People that can go forth and say, here's what he did and here's what he did, why we didn't think it was wrong or against NCAA rules. If they can say that, innocent people don't have anything to hide. They can speak intelligently and say, you know what? Here's what he did. Here's how he obtained the information. Here's why it wasn't against NCAA rules. Show me a human being on that staff that can say that, and then we'll get together and have a discussion.
Well,
I don't think you can do that.
But you don't. But when you're dealing with an entity like the NCAA that has shown themselves to have a grudge, to have a vendetta, and to be very petty on things, you don't just offer that information up without a resolution on the table.
Okay. Do you think there's a human being on that staff that can sit there and say, here's what the Stallions did, here's how he obtained the information, here's why it wasn't against the NCAA?
I don't believe
rules?
there's a person on the staff that knew what he was doing well enough to be able to say that. I think that his lawyers and Michigan's lawyers now that have looked into it and have all the information can say that.
Okay. All right. Then let's get it all out there and let it have sunlight and let's go. Let's dance. I'm not saying anything that you're not already saying. Is that right, DJ?
I mean, I think we're all pretty much in the same position. I mean, I agree with you. Let's just get it to court and see what the deal is. I think we're all open to that. And I'll say this. Last year, Michigan stepped away from the court thing because some new information came about, like what Chris Partridge did. The Uncle T LLC shit kind of came out around the same time. So Michigan kind of backed down a little bit. After a year of getting everything together, crossing their T's and making sure they got it together, now they're willing to go back to war. And that's kind of where we are with it. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. And then, Buck, I got a super chat here. Let's I'm gonna let you. I want you to answer this. So
shoot.
And then after this, we'll get to our final caller of the night. But all right. So Wolverine Casual $5 super chat. Fundamental question: how can this be a competitive advantage if the information Stallions obtain can be obtained through legal means? It is public. Dr. Buckeye, what is your argument to that? I think I know what it will be, though.
Well, I think the argument is that he didn't obtain it that way. And I think, well, first of all, we've already kind of touched upon this tonight. I mean, the way he obtained the information, the way he was financed to obtain the information, and then I think how he worked together with the staff is in what they knew about how he was obtaining the information, which we just talked about, is all that needs to get flushed out here and all that needs to get out into the public sphere. And let's hear it. Yeah. And I'm glad you... No, go ahead.
I agree with that. I know I'm for that. I agree. I want this to go to court. Like I want to see this. I want to see Michigan take on the NCAA. And guess what? If the NCAA can...
Well, do you want it to go to court, TJ, or do you just want to run out the clock so that it doesn't go to court and the NCAA dissolves and you'll get off scot-free? Because both of those things are...
Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, yeah, both of those things are different things, by the way. You do understand that, right?
I do want it to go to court. But there's a part of me who thinks they might run out the clock.
Okay, so you really don't want to go to court.
No,
you'd rather
want it to go to court, but we're fine with it just going away as well.
Right, you're fine with it running out the clock and just the NCAA dissolving and
go to court with the NCAA. I want Michigan to go to court with the NCAA. Absolutely. That is what I want. But I do think if I'm being realistic, especially if I'm sure you saw the report this week about the 4 conferences kind of splitting away from the NCAA, that kind of came out this week. Did you see that?
I heard about it. Yeah.
What, the TV deal's up in 2026?
No, I heard about the ACC TV deal and some of that with ESPN.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, NCAA might have 2 years or a year and a half here. So, but I really do want Michigan. I really do want Michigan to go to court with. I really want to see that. I really.
If all you're go ahead. Sorry.
I was just asking West Quad what he thought.
I just want Buckeye fans to get to that fifth stage of grief, which is acceptance. Look, much like the Macho Man once said, you might not like it, but you must accept it. We're beating you because we are better on the line. That's it. I don't want to hear about Connor Stalions and this and that. Connor Stalions didn't make your DB go the other way when CJ was going one way on that touchdown. He was nowhere near the screen. You got ran out of the building. Like, I don't even know what we're doing here. Like,
so you guys had crappy offensive linemen and defensive linemen for 20 years, and that's why you were losing? Is that what happened?
What about the 20 years prior to that?
Well, hold on a second. He had said 4 years, and I had said 20 years.
Yeah, so let's talk about either this year or let's talk about all of history.
If you want me to say that,
let's not cherry pick a timeline.
No. I'm going to answer your question directly, unlike he won't. But I'm going to say that Jim Tressel and Urban Meyer are better coaches than Earl Bruce and John Cooper, which are the previous 20 years. To answer your question,
right? But I'm just saying, like.
That answers your question.
Ohio State fans love cherry picking a timeline that goes back to either 2014 or 2001.
I don't cherry pick anything. I don't cherry pick anything.
Let's not go back just 20 years. Either talk about current or talk about all the history.
I started watching football in '86, so I started back in the '80s. Okay. And if you want me to say that, I mean, come on, does anybody with half a brain not going to take Jim Tressel and Urban Meyer over Earl Bruce and John Cooper? Is that even a question?
Well, yeah, but it's the same way that all of us will take Jim Harbaugh, Sharon Moore, Lloyd Carr over Rich Rod and Brady.
Jim Harbaugh lost his first 5 games against Ohio State.
He's still a better coach than anyone else.
I'd argue that wasn't a first down, Dr. Buckeye.
Well, I mean, he lost. Urban Meyer beat him 5 times in a row, so Urban Meyer's a better coach.
Jim Harbaugh is by far a better football coach than Urban Meyer.
You're going to say that because of the pros. You're not going to say that
I'm talking about football in general.
Right. You're not going
to say college football. Better football coach.
You're going to say that because of the NFL, but you won't specify because you can't. I got it.
I'm specifying football as a whole. I don't have to cherry pick specific parts of it.
Well, you're doing a college football show and not an NFL show, but that's
we talk NFL all the time.
Last question, Dr. Buckeye, and we'll get you out of here. But do you think Ohio State had a talent advantage over Michigan during their Urban Meyer run?
Yeah, I mean, I do think. Well, I think that there were a couple of games where the talent was closer. I will say that.
I agree with that.
I will say, obviously the 16 game, we can talk about that. And I'm actually was going to go on Mark Rogers' show and rewatch that game with one of your fan bases, John D. It never happened, but that wasn't because of me. But I would say 2 years. I would say 16 and 17. 17 was also a close game, to be fair. And you guys were very good in 17. And if Dwayne Haskins
problems with 2017,
if Dwayne Haskins doesn't come in, I firmly believe I don't know if we win that game. I will stipulate that.
You just reminded me of that. Fuck.
I'll stipulate that.
But I think the point is though is that if you were to swap the talent levels of those teams, then Jim Harbaugh would have more wins over Urban Meyer. The point is that take them off of those particular teams and just look at them in general. Jim Harbaugh is a better football coach than Urban Meyer.
No, hold on a second. The part of the sport is recruiting and talent acquisition. That's like saying that Nick Saban isn't the greatest college football coach of all time.
Into a team that wasn't in a rebuilding phase. He came in after Luke Fickell, but really after Tressel. If he had come in after Rich Rod and Hope, and Jim Harbaugh had come in after Jim Tressel,
this is where you're wrong.
It would be flipped.
No, this is where you're wrong. Brady Hoke actually had talent. Look at Brady Hoke's route.
Hoke had hold on a second. Class, but he wasn't a good coach.
Okay, but that's talent there. That's talent.
That's where you're wrong. Doesn't mean he's a better coach.
Well, okay, that's what I'm saying.
But you're fooling yourself if you're trying to say that Brady Hoke had 1 or 2 years of decent classes that weren't on the same level as the classes that
hold
Tressel
on
and Meyer were getting.
Hold
and
on
to try to say that's even. That
but your point, and here's where you're wrong. You
Jim
said you
Harbaugh
should have.
talked
You said you should have won in 16. Who were the
I
majority
never
of the
said
players?
that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, TJ said you should have won in 16.
I think
But the majority of the players on the 16 roster were recruited by Brady Hoke. They weren't recruited by Harbaugh.
Listen,
So your
all right,
talent was acquired by Brady Hoke on your
let me say
16
that.
team.
Harbaugh did not come into Michigan with zero talent. Okay, and
That's
to your
right.
point, Dr. Buckeye, Brady Hoke did have a class ranked 3rd and 5th.
Yeah.
Now, he also had a couple classes outside the top 10. So there was some talent. But I
Right.
would argue that Jim Tressel had the cupboard a bit more stocked than what we had. But look, they're both great coaches. Again, we're arguing greats. Now, to Steve, who's a Buckeye fan.
Yeah, I never said Urban Meyer's a bad coach. Just to be
all right.
clear.
So he goes, answer the question, TJ. You know it's Urban. No, I honestly do think Harbaugh is the better overall coach. I think Urban Meyer's a legendary college coach.
Yeah.
I also think, and I have a feeling you guys are going to disagree with me here, but I feel like actually I'm quite confident. Actually, I know that Ohio State was doing things that the SEC was doing that the rest of the Big Ten was not doing, and that gave you guys an advantage for 20 years.
Well, hold on a second, though. You talk about acquisition of talent, but I mean, first of all, Ohio State is probably one of the 6 to 7 best states to recruit football in this country. You guys have come to this state to get your 2 best players in the 90s were from this state, which is an accurate depiction. So, I mean,
potentially our best player on the team right now is from Ohio.
Right, your best player of all time is probably from Ohio. So to just sit here and say that doesn't the approximation
that doesn't
to talent.
invalidate what TJ was just saying, though. Like that, again, 2 things can be true at the same time. Like, come on, we all know, and you don't have to admit it, but we all know that the SEC was doing a lot of that stuff behind the scenes that were against the rules to give themselves an advantage. Ohio State adopted a lot of that. Probably more so once Urban got here than when Tressel was here, but it was happening regardless.
Let me also say, I'm not mad at you guys for even doing that.
No, not at all.
I wish we did. Okay. Like I respect, I've said this before, Dr. Buckeye. The one thing about your school that I wish Michigan had more of was the desire to be elite every fucking year.
Right.
Okay.
Because you guys have the desire to be the best every year. And if you're not the best, you go 10 times harder.
Listen, and I agree you guys missed on coaches. You missed on coaches with Rich Rod and with Brady Hoke. And to be fair on the Rich Rod hire, and I won't say I defended you on this, but Rich Rod was hot at the time. I will say this.
When he got hired, I was happy.
Yeah. No.
I was excited.
By the way, you know what might have changed history? Do you know who was going to hire him before they hired Nick Saban? Was Alabama.
Yep, Bama.
Bama was set to hire Rich Rod right before that game.
Yep.
I mean, isn't that crazy? Think about how
part of the thing. That was part of the thing at the time was that he didn't take the Alabama job and then came to Michigan. It was like part of the whole storyline.
Right. Well, then I always said that would have changed history, and if Saban would have gotten Drew Brees, that would have changed history too, instead of Dante Culpepper.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that as well. All right, Dr. Buckeye, we got to get to our final caller of the night.
All right. Hey, I'm sorry I screwed up your name, man. My bad on that one.
No, you're good, bro. We're good. We're cool.
Healthy discussion. Healthy discussion.
I appreciate you. And just so you know, Wes Quad's a former player at Michigan. I don't know if you know that.
All right. Go Buckeyes.
Yeah, I'm not
Have a good night, guys.
Some new fan.
All right. Let's pull up Burks, our final call of the night, and we can pull Marmar back up too. What up, Marmar? Burks, how we doing, man?
What's up, man? Hey, man, you ever bring that man? Hey, sorry, Burks. You ever bring that boy up here with? Hey, man, TJ, stop playing, man. I know this your show, and no disrespect, respectfully. Stop bringing that nut job up here, man. Because the way he. I don't like people like that. I don't hate nobody. I just don't like people that pick certain things to make their argument and then be way off. So if you watch the American Sports Story about Aaron Hernandez, they depict Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer is the worst of the worst. Period. Sweeping stuff under the rug, letting Aaron Hernandez do what he wants, kicking Cam Newton off the team for stealing the candy bar, but you letting this guy go around shoot people and beat people up and then going to your regions and saying, "Hey, aren't we undefeated and everything?" So that's the type of Urban Meyer. That's the type of guy Urban Meyer is. Yes, Ohio State cheated when he came there because that 6-6 team that Michigan beat, and then they go 12-0 the next year. Stop playing, bro. They talking about cheating. Y'all been paying these kids. Listen, my neighbor across the street name is Ron. He's an old man. He goes every other month to go to Las Vegas and play poker. He goes out here in Heber Heights, where Michael Freeman is from, and go play poker at a house. And he came back and told me during the summertime that there's old Ohio State players that play poker with him from back in the day, and said boosters used to drop bag of money at their door. Stop. Like when you brought that up to him, TJ, Dr. Buckeye, when you brought that up to him, he didn't want no smoke with that.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying. Ohio State been cheating for years, and they got a guy that keeps them out of news.
Nobody's saying that Urban Meyer was a great person. We were saying he was a good coach. That's all.
Yeah.
Nah, he's only a good coach because he
was a good coach too. Doesn't make him a great person. Look, here's the deal, Marmar. I believe in debate. I believe in counter opinion. I want to argue. I want to debate with them because they're wrong. That's the point.
Okay,
It's a call.
I get debating.
I'm not here to be in a fish tank. That's not.
Hey, stop bringing up nut jobs because that just.
There's going to be nut jobs.
Connecticut. Hey, listen. Connecticut be cooking. Period. West Quad be cooking.
Jason, apparently, I'm a poison on the show.
I ain't worried about what Jason's talking about. You be up here cooking, and that's what it is.
Oh shit!
How was there 2 West Quads? What happened?
I got booted. I don't. It just my phone just refreshed.
All I saw was West Quad split into 2 West Quads, and then Burks was there. And West Quad
I saw that.
And Marmar left.
That's all I wanted to say.
Love you, Marmar.
Hey, man.
What up?
Hold on. Hey, Steve.
What's up?
Hey. Get Steve out of here, man, because Steve ain't gonna keep being disrespectful. Steve,
bro, here's the thing about Steve, right? He's on X. How do you see that?
I don't
Unless
even
you're on
see
X,
Steve.
you can't
Who
see
is
his comment.
Steve?
Exactly. No one else can see them, Marmar. How the hell are you seeing his comment? Unless you're on X,
because I can see it on here. I can see his comment. He keep running his mouth.
On YouTube? You can see it on YouTube.
It's right here. Nah, it's on. It's so you got the StreamYard thing right here, and when you hit the button with the comments on there, you can see his comments.
You can see it. Most of these guys can't see Steve, bro.
I can.
Yeah, I can see him, man. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man.
Yeah, watch this actually be Connor Stalions. Send me those.
That is Connor.
Hey, we need Connor on here. Like, if anybody knows Connor, tell him we need him on here.
I'm trying to get an interview with Connor, bro.
Hey, don't be surprised if he lurking.
TJ, if you do get Connor on, please bring me on for that show, please.
Hey, I gotta lay it down, but when you done with the show, TJ.
Sure.
Hey, TJ, when you done,
I'm here for the show to talk, bro.
Okay, yeah, when you done, just hit me up. Call me tomorrow or something.
All right, I'll have time tomorrow. I'll hit you up tomorrow. We'll text
tonight. All right, West Squad, hit me up tomorrow too.
For sure.
All right, peace out, mama. Fucking Burks, what's up, man? We haven't even
talked
to you.
What's up, man? How are you, man?
You tell me, bro. You're the last caller of the night. Fucking let us know the deal.
Yeah, no,
damn, Burks, I just realized you wanted me to go on that other podcast tonight, and I forgot all about it, bro.
It's fine, man. I was actually on that podcast. To tell you the truth, I talked to 4 podcasts today about the Connor Stallion stuff. So I kind of just want to talk about it. Listen, I care about reputation of Michigan. I understand. I'm going to give my prediction of what's going to happen, but it's really similar to TJ's. I do think, TJ, that we're going to get a big fine, a huge fine, $1 million fine. I mean, it can be from 1 million to 10 million. I don't know how much million, but I do feel we'll get $1 million fine, and I do feel we'll get scholarship losses. Another thing I think we might get is that Sharon Moore will get suspended. I feel like that. If Jim Harbaugh got suspended from the burger stuff, dude, let's be real here, dude. NCAA is going to try and find a way, or the college football playoff or the college football committee. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
because they're going to. It's going to be their way of saying we got you. It's just going to be. It's just like I don't agree with it. I'm just saying, like, listen, what I'm saying is going to happen. These are not things I agree. It's just things I think that are likely to occur because that's how the NCAA operates, man.
Yeah. And then I just want to say another thing. Kinetic, I respect you and stuff with your takes, but I've noticed you're a little pro Connor Stallion and some stuff. Like,
Absolutely.
and that's the issue here. This
It's
is
not
the
an issue. It's just in my opinion. I mean, if
Dude,
it's an
yeah,
issue, it's
I
an issue for you,
understand
bro.
that. I understand it, Connect, but you need to understand. I talk to so many podcasts. I talk to a Notre Dame guy. I talk to a Ohio State guy. You don't understand how much of Connor Stalions has hurt our reputation. If I was the Michigan president, bro,
I really couldn't care less what those people think.
listen. But if I was the Michigan president, right, I would put a restraining order on Connor Stallion that if he comes to Michigan campus, he's going to get arrested.
Well, do me a favor and never apply for that job, bro.
Dude, he has brought so much shame to the university. All right, I don't care what anyone says.
No,
all
he
right?
hasn't.
I am sick and tired of his name popping up and how so much of our fan base does not understand that this guy is literally has gotten us into this mess right now. And you are acting like it's nothing, everything is fine.
Because I don't believe that. I think it's a big nothing burger that's born out of NCAA pettiness. If Connor, if it wasn't Connor, it would have been something else. They were going to find a problem to come after Michigan.
You do have to face that there is a reality to the fact that they will look at him as a repeat offender. They will do that. Like whether you acknowledge it or not, they will do.
I acknowledge that they're going to. I just think that it's stupid and it's.
We agree.
We
agree.
It's just born out of pettiness, so I'm not going to give any weight to it.
And you know what's crazy, Kinetic, is that all the people I talked to, they even felt like Michigan was good enough, right, to win the Natty without this whole cheating scandal crap.
Absolutely.
Listen.
That's why they didn't cheat.
But dude, like you see what I'm going. This is why I kind of wanted you on the OHL podcast to make some entertainment stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I like to have a fun time when they get on these shows. And so I wanted to just to debate these guys.
Dude, if I had remembered, I would have. It wasn't me intentional.
It's fine, Kinetic. No, listen, it's fine. I respect your takes and stuff. All right. I just don't agree with many of them. But listen, I'm just saying that Connor Stalions, man, this stuff is, and this is why I also don't like David Portnoy, because he's giving this guy so much publicity. When the more famous and publicity this Connor Stalions is going to get, the more that our other fan bases. I kind of, to tell you the truth, I loved University of Michigan. I want us to have the greatest reputation, have the best fan base. But Connor Stalions is just destroying all of it. I'm just letting you know.
I just don't agree. And my thing is, like, I want us to have a good reputation, but I don't think that what Connor did is worth what everyone's attributing to it. And anyone that's going to look down at us or look at us as if we have a sullied reputation because of Connor, I think they're kind of dumb, and I don't care about their opinion. So,
I just don't know, dude. Like, it's just like I really care about a reputation. And listen,
it's like I don't care about my busted taillight, or if you get a ticket for a busted taillight, because if you didn't have a busted taillight, the cop was going to give you a ticket for something else.
Listen,
but you need to understand. I'm not going to get mad about what they use to get at you. I'm mad at them for being petty enough to use that to get at you.
And let's also be honest, if it wasn't for the fucking people who snitched on our ass within our own university, NCAA wouldn't even fucking know. Just like every other thing that gets
more than that, like we said earlier, if somebody had snitched on Connor for doing this at, I don't know, South Carolina, the NCAA wouldn't care. Yeah, the NCAA would not care.
Just like they don't seem to care about this Excel sheet that these coaches were passing.
The only reason they cared is because they had a vendetta against Michigan. They wanted Jim Harbaugh out. They saw an opportunity and they jumped on it. And they're blowing it way out of proportion. And that's why I say it's a whole bunch of nothing. And anybody that attributes all of this stuff to Connor, it's a whole bunch of nothing. Like it's stupid. You're buying into the bullshit that the NCAA is selling, and that's exactly what they wanted. And they're not getting it, and that's why the majority of public opinion does not agree with the NCAA on this. And that's why they're taking so much shit in the media for it.
Our rivals just use it because it's all they got.
Exactly.
Let me put a shout out here. Right, so
and any, in my opinion, any Wolverine fan that plays into it is playing into the hands of our rivals, because literally anybody outside of Ohio State, Michigan State, or somebody that has a reason to not like Michigan doesn't care about this.
All right, hold up. All right, Kinetic. Let me give a shout out here again to Stallions Express 1499. I don't know what currency that is, but it's interesting. Thank you for another great show. Maybe that might be our friend from Australia, actually.
Oh, that's awesome.
Shout out. It is Australia, you said?
What
you said?
That's what I think. It's Australian dollar.
Yeah, I think it is. I know we have somebody. I know we have some people from Australia watching us. So shout out to them.
That's cool.
Hey, by the way, bucket list destination. I want to go to Australia one day. All right, Ryan Hall gifted 5 more memberships. Thank you, Ryan Hall. We really appreciate that. And shout out to our new members to the community. All right, Burks, give us your final thoughts here. I mean, you can let us know how much better the Lions are than the Packers, or
TJ,
anything
if you would let me real quick while we're giving Ryan Hall his flowers. I'm not going to put it out there, but thank you, Ryan.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I just want to say also.
All right, come on, Burks. Ryan's a very generous dude, man. So shout out to Ryan. We have a lot of generous. We have a lot of generous, excellent individuals in our community. I am appreciative of all of that. I'm very proud to have a community that supports our own, supports this channel, and that we can all just enjoy together. That's really the reality. Like, I enjoy this shit as much as you guys enjoy this shit. This is fun. It's a good time.
And listen, all of them have shown out for me so much, TJ, and you guys have. And I just want to put this out there. It was so hard for me to make a GoFundMe because I hate asking for help. I hate asking because I was always the one that helped people. And so, like, this is not permanent. Like, things will come around and I will be fine on money eventually again. And when I am, this stuff's going to be paid forward and put back into what we're doing with the shows and the events. I've already talked to TJ and some of the guys about the stuff that I want to see become a reality in the future. And like, I'm going to be part of that, building it up. So I appreciate everything everyone's doing, man. And I don't want anyone to think that I take this for granted.
Fair enough. And again, Kinetic, we're here to help you, man. So we appreciate it. Burks, you can give us your final thoughts before we get out of here, man.
Yeah, man. Just Michigan's football future is actually looking bright, much brighter than my Packers. I'm not going to lie, because my Packers aren't going to win shit when I don't know, they need a receiver and they need talent. No one wants to go to Green Bay. Green Bay. So I'm just gonna say this, man. Anyone who's being negative about Michigan, thinking like, oh, our transfer portal class is not doing great, or oh, we don't have receivers, who's Bryce? Wait, okay, calm down, wait. Michigan's got it under the control. Future is bright for Michigan. Trust me. That's all I gotta say.
Burks, I wanted to ask you. All right, 2 things, and this is Packers related. So my bad, Michigan fans out there. You know I love you.
Yeah.
Do you think Jordan Love is the quarterback of the future for you?
No, I don't. He won't be unless we have weapons.
Burks, listen. If I'm misremembering this, I apologize, because it may have been somebody else that I know that's a Packers fan. But didn't I ask you that like 2 months ago, and you told me yes, he is the guy?
I think that was Cam McKinley. He's an under Packers fan.
Okay, because I remember asking someone, I thought it was you, like if you supported them giving him that big contract and thought he was the guy, and I thought you said yes.
No. I said that they did it too early is what I'm saying. They should have not given him that big contract.
I agree.
It was too early. It's possible I could have said maybe he could be, but I know I did say that that contract he got was way too early. They should have not.
All right, that's interesting to hear you say that, Burks. We're gonna have a very interesting.
You're the first Packers fan I've heard admit that.
No, really? I've heard no. The reason why I asked them that, because I'm actually hearing a lot of I'm hearing a lot of Packers fans say that exact thing now, and like that's crazy because you rewind the season at the start of the year, they wouldn't have said that.
No, they were saying he was the best quarterback in the
like
division,
top 5 or top 8 or whatever.
No, he's not the best quarterback in the division. Jared Goff is better, I would say. Yeah.
Thank you.
And so is JJ, but you'll find that out this year.
Yeah, JJ hasn't proven it. I love.
Hey,
JJ,
man, all 3 of our teams are clowns this year. Okay, they took a big L. I don't care what anyone says. No playoff game, man. NFC North's an embarrassment.
Hey,
TJ,
do you have Burke's number?
I got his email. I don't have his number.
I was gonna send him that video that I sent you in the group chat earlier with the NFC North stuff.
I can give you my. Well, I can give you my.
I don't remember. I'll be real with you. I'm in. All right, so let me just. I am in so many group chats and DM group things, and there's so many, bro. I don't even know anymore. I don't know which one. I just don't know.
It's in the Avengers one. It's just a thing that I saw someone post that was a NFC North thing, and it looked pretty cool. So.
All right, I'll look at it right now. But hey, all right. So let me ask you this: what's your thoughts on the Dontavian Wick saga going on?
Yeah, he's gonna probably leave. Honestly, that's what I feel. They're gonna trade him. I don't know. Maybe Vikings. No, maybe Bears get him. I don't know. But It's gonna be interesting, man. It was just NFC North was just a fraud this year. That's all I can say. And
which is crazy because they dominated all freaking year, dude. And then
Packers, dude. I knew like they were gonna lose the first round. Like
Well, I mean, let's be fair though. I said at the start of the season, I said I didn't think the Packers that were good enough with Jordan Love. I never believed in Jordan Love. I said I as a Vikings fan, I said all year I'm not a Sam Darnold believer. He's going to let us down at the wrong moment. I said it literally all year. And I said the Lions, as much I do like the Lions, but I said that the way that and this was before the injuries. I said the way Dan Campbell coaches is going to come back to bite you in the playoffs because it did last year, and I said it was going to this year. It all happened.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, last year, the year prior though, we were healthy, so we'll see if next year we have the same injury problem. We'll find out.
Well, last year it was more that he didn't change up his play calling style, but
well, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Fuck it. We'll find out. Hopefully we get Myles Garrett.
Here's an interesting thing for you, since we're talking about NFC North. Rumor around the Vikings stuff right now is that there's a decent chance that Cooper Kupp gets cut by the Rams, signed by the Vikings, and then the Vikings trade Jordan Addison for a second and a fourth.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard some weird Cooper Kupp rumors to Detroit, but I don't want it.
I'm not a huge Cooper Kupp fan, but if he's just playing opposite Justin Jefferson,
if he gets cut and you sign him as a free agent, that's a good deal. But if you take his current contract for 20 million,
and you think about it, who was his one of the passing game coordinator during his best years?
I don't know who.
Kevin O'Connell.
Okay. And so because Brad Holmes drafted Cooper Kupp, and then Jared Goff used to be his quarterback. That's why there's a connection to Detroit. But you know what? I should probably start a Detroit Lions podcast one day. That's what I think.
I've been telling you we need to do an NFC North one, me, you, and Burks.
Bro, it feels like that dragon meme with all the dragons, and you got the one dumb dragon. That's what I feel like right now as a fucking Las Vegas Raiders fan. You got playoff teams.
Hey, listen. You're in the same boat with Maze Man, so I'll tell you what I told him. You have the honor this next year of rooting for Chip Kelly and most likely rooting for Sam Darnold and Russell Wilson. So have fun.
I don't want them. I don't want no retread quarterback, bro. I want JJ, bro.
Sam Darnold was seen on a flight to Vegas shortly after the end of the season.
Oh, I don't want Sam Darnold, bro. He's not going to put up anywhere near the numbers he did for y'all. This is so frustrating. I swear, bro.
You don't want to have a first row seat, first class seat to watch the quarterback battle between Sam Darnold and Russell Wilson.
Bro, absolutely, yeah. And 4 years ago, sure.
They're projecting you to draft Jackson Dart.
Bro, I don't like him either. I don't see what are people talking about with Jackson. He beat up on Duke in a fucking playoff. I mean, in a bowl game, and now I'm supposed to believe in Jackson Dart. I have enough evidence that Jackson Dart is not that guy, bro.
All right, West Squad. Here's the solution. Just become a Bears fan, and then you can join the NFC North podcast with us.
Bro, did I still be the stupid dragon?
Then you'll be on the podcast.
That'd be a lose proposition for me. I still be the Charlie Dragon.
I mean, you'll have Ben Johnson.
Bro,
I gotta start looking at my drafts again.
Hey, I'm so ready for draft season, even though I know we're gonna screw it up. It's like my favorite time.
First round pick, Jackson Dart.
I know we're gonna screw it up, but I just want to talk about it.
Hey, Brock Bowers is money though. So
bro, you couldn't screw that one up. That was easy money right there. I'm glad they didn't screw. I was rooting for them to pick him up. Like, bro, I was about to really go back to being a Lions fan because I only left because like it was a couple of things between Charles Woodson going to the Raiders and them screwing Barry around and making him retire, basically. That's when I left my Lions fanhood behind.
Hey, you should come back. Hey, there's room, bro. You should come back.
Bro, hey, look, I'm so tired. I can't switch teams again, but a strong second is the Lions because, you know, previous team and all that.
We appreciate it. All right, boys. We are over 3 hours. We went over, but we appreciate the community. We'll do the damn thing. I want to give a shout out to Burks, obviously. I want to give a shout out to Kinetic. Thank you guys. And obviously, we'll give a shout out to my co-host of the night, West Quad. He'll be on again too in the future.
I will.
Yep.
I'll try to get like the laptop situations, and I'll just like set it up like y'all got it. But I couldn't hold this damn phone. Like my hand is getting numb already, and I didn't even have the camera on.
We'll get you a holder. We'll get you a holder now that you're gonna be on these shows now. So
For sure.
Yep.
all right. Let me pull up your shit. Let's see. I got you. So all right. Any last words, Burks, before we get out of here?
Oh yeah, no, just go blue, and I might come to the spring game. I'm not gonna lie, actually.
Come to the fucking spring game. We're gonna be there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
but-
I want to see TJ, Maniac, and Maze Madman, and
Burks,
also Kinetic. So why
Burks,
not?
we're gonna when we know the date, we're gonna figure it out, and then this way we can coordinate all that shit, and then you can let us know if you'll be there. We'll be on the lookout, bro.
All right, yeah, man. I'm going to Canada at the end of April. I just hope it's on the 20th because I'm going on the 30th. So hopefully it's before.
The 19th. So my projection is the 19th. We'll see if it happens. But
Yeah,
all right,
I just
Burks,
hope so. All right,
calling
take care,
in,
man.
You haven't been around in a while, bro.
Yeah, no, it's I actually moved to Chicago full time now. I'm no longer in UP, Michigan.
What?
Yeah, man.
You're not in the UP no more?
No, I'm not in the UP.
I mean, hey, it's a closer drive now.
Yeah, it is a closer drive, and I can take the train. So to Ann Arbor, it's
Fucking breaking
easier.
my heart. I like you being in the UP, man.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, bro. The
All
company
good.
went
All right.
bankrupt, and I left.
So you can be the Chicago Bear fan on our
No,
podcast.
F the Chicago Bears. Screw them.
That's the spirit. Fuck Ben Johnson. I
them,
agree,
bro.
Burks. I
All right,
agree.
ta-
All right,
take
all
care,
right, Burks. We appreciate you, man. Go blue, brother.
Yeah, go blue, man.
Go blue, bro.
My UP Uper friend Burks. I was excited to know a Uper, and now he's not. Now he lives in Chicago. That's garbage. All right, Kinetic. Last thoughts before we get you out of here.
I mean, last thoughts is great recruiting by our first year staff. And as I've been saying all along, let Sharon cook, let him get the experience, and he's going to be a great coach. He's already got the recruiting side. He's got all the potential to be as good on the field as Jim Harbaugh. You look at his coaching lineage with Petrino and Stoops and Harbaugh. Sharon's the guy. We just gotta let him get there.
I agree. I'm excited to see what he does next season. Thanks, Kinetic. We appreciate you, man. Have a good night and go blue.
Go blue.
Go blue, buddy. All right, West Quad. Your last to bat, bro.
I would just like to say
you
I
was-
concur with him on what he said about Sharon. Let Sharon cook
All right.
to it. I never I do a terrible job of trying to market and promote my podcast. If you go to my X page, you'll see that.
I didn't know you had a podcast.
Exactly, because I do a terrible job of marketing it. But it's the coordinators at Spotify. I'm pretty sure we're on other stuff, but I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, I got it. I didn't even know this was a thing, bro. Why didn't you tell me?
Hey, bro, like I said, I do a terrible job of marketing.
Shit. Even I didn't know, and we text each other.
Right. But no, I'll drop a link in the chat for sure.
I got it right here. So it's called the Coordinators.
Yep.
What the hell do you guys do on here, bro?
It's me and my brother, two Raiders fans talking about whatever, mostly sports, a little pop culture, and
No
that's
shit.
it. We talk about everything though, so. And I'm definitely more hyper over there. I'll say that. I imbibe before I do that show, so I'll just
Fair
say
enough,
that,
bro.
put it like that. I'm sober
bro,
now. I'm not sober over there. So
Hey, I don't know. Have you ever seen any of our post games? I get fucking. I go in, bro.
Intense.
Bro, I be going in. But all right. Appreciate you, West Quad. We'll have you on again, man.
Sure.
So
thank you for having me, and thanks for everybody. Thanks for getting me to that second hour, guys. I was about to say fuck you guys, but
Hey,
never mind.
West Quad's reputation is intact, bro.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, so hey, shout out to everybody who was a part of the show tonight. Shout out to Wolverine Casual for literally carrying it in the beginning, then everybody else coming through the rest of the way. We appreciate all of you. Shout out to the community in general. Shout out to everybody watching, even our Buckeyes. I know sometimes people get upset with me bringing on the Buckeye perspective on here, but look, man, it's healthy to have. It's healthy to not be in a fish tank. That's just my opinion. We don't got to agree. We don't got to agree. We can disagree, but it's okay to debate. It's okay to talk about it. That's the point of the show for me. And that's how we're going to do it. And our next show is going to be Tuesday, Michigan Wolverines live, unless something crazy happens. You never know with Michigan. So Tuesday, Michigan Wolverines live with myself and John D'Adamo. Stay on the lookout for that. And then obviously we'll do the call-in show next week at Thursday, 8 p.m. You guys know this. We always do it that time. So until next time, guys, it's always
go blue.
Go blue.
Yep.